Lord.
Welcome back to Man Down Sports. As you can see, we got a full panel tonight, man. We got 6 squares and we got a guest as well. So we go get into, well, let me introduce the guest. This first time on the panel, this is Brianna, not Brianna. This is Brianna from the No Bull podcast. I have her podcast linked in the description. You can go straight to her YouTube. And what I want y'all to do while we're getting all the preliminaries out the way, y'all go ahead and jump over to No Bull podcast. Subscribe to her right now. And I guarantee you, I don't endorse people that's not going to be good. So y'all can go over there and enjoy all the content over there, mostly basketball, NBA, WNBA, both. So y'all enjoy that. But thanks, Brianna, for coming on the panel, man. What's good? How you feel?
I'm grateful. I love the vibes. The delay allowed for me to get to know everybody a little bit more. So I'm just grateful to be here. Talk sports. That's what we here for. It's
yeah, don't get soft spoken now. Don't get soft spoken now. You all soft spoken.
I want to thank y'all for the delay.
It's a fine day to talk sport. Once we get into it, you'll hear my little bass in my voice.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Ooh. That'll work. Well, if y'all don't know Brianna, she's a former collegiate basketball player, 1,000 points scored in high school, over 1,000 points scored in college. She's a guard, left-handed, can't beat me. I'm posting her last up every single time. But I seen her highlights, man. She can go. So we'll see how you do on the panel tonight, man, because Brittany and Dominique and Chris and Corey, they can go too. So you gotta be able to hang with them.
For real? 2-on-2? A 2-on-2?
Not you.
I don't want Chris on my team.
Whoa. The drunker I get, the wetter that shot is. Stop playing with me. I'm like that. I'm like that.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all go and sub, man. And if y'all haven't subbed already to Sports T, most of y'all already are. There's a reminder, make sure you go sub over there. For your football and your Cowboy purposes, make sure you go sub the Cowboy Spit. And Brittany and Chris and me are Man Down Sports. You know, man. But don't forget that we're gonna have football content starting during football season. And I think Chris and Brittany and
yes,
Corey,
sir. If I may,
I think they're gonna be mainly over there. And me too. If they invite me. Am I invited?
Of course you are, man.
No.
Of course you are.
Oh, he ain't invited. He ain't even got no team.
Oh, facts. You know what?
No.
He
got a team. He just don't want to represent them.
Hey, if you on this platform accept the Panthers as your team, you can come on the show.
You stay.
No,
You staying on business.
But yes. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for the All NFL show, man. It'll be starting right before the season starts, man. We'll have all your NFL fixed, man. Don't worry about it. We got you. It's on the way.
Yes, sir. And we're representing two.
And then we can go ahead and get into our sponsors. I mean, not our sponsors.
Two of the top teams, and then them dumpster fires down in Dallas.
Wow.
But shout out to our members, man. Let's get into the members, man. We appreciate y'all as always. If you're not a member, you're missing out. So go ahead and fix that. But to the members that are there and know what it is, shout out to y'all: Shy Rider, West Sider, Jeffrey Guyot, R Bean, Shay J, WW, Ryan Walters, Taco Master, One Account, Unspoken Voices, Steve Calvert, E King, Cedric Franklin, Taco Master Second Account, Demetrius Day, James Reed, Keith Brazil, Is Not That Serious, Ashley H, Malachi Israel, Big Al Master Chief, Salute, 6'4 Slim, Mary Lewis, Beaver's older brother, Cliff Hill, L. Donald, Savon Arnold, Debo 4735, Wizman Ballin, Zerai Lion, what's up? Eric C, Michael Young, Mr. Corner 21, the real Mr. Cropper, not Croper, B New, Dante, I Mix What I Like, Mikey Brass, Mysterious Black, DC Slim, Jamil Morton, Torrance Hall, Andrea Williams, Simply Hot Takes, and Jermaine Martin, man. We appreciate y'all greatly. And like I said before, if you're not a member already, you are severely lacking. So go ahead and fix that. And shout out to all the moderators in the chat as well, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing for us and keeping the boss out and keeping everything clean, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Chris, that wasn't bad for a drunk dude. That's pretty good. I like
I told you I get better when I get drunker, bro. I told you the shot wet. I told you.
Yeah. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it for sure, man. Respect it for sure. All right, man. Y'all ready to get into this first topic? We got everything out the way. Like and subscribe, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all always cheat us on the likes, and I can't complain too much because y'all at least here. But make sure y'all on the way in hit that like button. Because that actually breathes life into the channel, man. You got to hit that like button for us. If you don't do anything else, hit the like button.
Facts. Considering you walk into the house, man, you got to hit the doorbell first. Hit the doorbell before you come in the house. Please and thank you.
Wipe your feet up.
Who y'all? All right, so this is an old topic that we could have got into last week, but we didn't get into. So we're going to slide into Daryl Morey this week. No Diddy. Well, fuck it. All Diddy. We're gonna slide into Daryl Morey right now. Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey.
I apologize in advance, y'all. It's gonna be one of them nights.
Got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to see this message because you have left me no choice.
Diddy is in the chat. Thank you, Diddy, for making an appearance on the podcast from prison. All right, Daryl Morey. I think this was via The Athletic. It was an interview, and people have spoken on it. You know, ESPN and other radio stations. They've already spoke on it last week, so we get into it a little bit late. But I want to play for you First Take's response to what Daryl Morey said about the bubble championship. And it was really them reading what he said, reading his comments, and then Stephen A. Smith responding to it. I'm going to play it because I really want to get y'all thoughts on how y'all feel about the bubble. I've never heard Brianna's thoughts on what she think about the bubble, so that's going to be interesting. But I want to play for you what was said, and then I want to get y'all thoughts.
Just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization want their respect. Laker Nation want their respect. And I want my damn respect too.
Yeah, put some respect on his name. All right, it's been 5 years since the moment where LeBron and the Lakers won a championship in the bubble on the Disney campus in Orlando. And a look back at the bubble at The Athletic, NBA executive Daryl Morey, at the time with Houston, now the head of basketball operations with Philadelphia, said this: had the Rockets won the title, I absolutely would have celebrated it as legitimate, knowing the immense effort and resilience required. Yet everyone I speak to around the league privately agrees that it doesn't truly hold up as a genuine championship. Perhaps the lasting legacy of the NBA bubble is that the NBA should be proud of its leadership at both the beginning and the end of the pandemic, even though the champion will be forever marked by an asterisk. Stephen A. Smith, are those comments fair or foul from Daryl Morey?
I think they're very foul. And I think that he's even wrong for bringing it up. First of all, it's legitimate when you consider the times that we were living in. Yep. What they gave us, the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis and those guys, we can never express more gratitude than what they gave us. What Jimmy Butler gave us as a member of the Miami Heat and how he pushed them to that limit. There were people that didn't want to be in the bubble. That is true. But the folks that stayed there, that challenged for a championship, that just provided us all such a reprieve from a pandemic that ravaged this world, for crying out loud. I can't say enough about it. That was a hard thing to do, no question. And I don't think that an asterisk should be a negative in this regard, because they did something a lot of people couldn't do, and even more people wouldn't even want to try. So I think that Daryl Morey was out of pocket saying that. But most importantly, look at what he prefaced his comments with. Had we won a title in Houston, stop right there. You were there for 13 years. All
right, Brianna, first time on the panel, so you get the first shot at this. First and foremost, Daryl Morey said that if his Rockets would have won in the bubble, they would have celebrated it just as it was a regular championship. But he said the more he talks to people around the league, executive level, that they don't look at it as a real championship. And then Stephen A kind of attacked Daryl Morey's resume, but he didn't really approach it like I'm trying to see what he was trying to say, because Daryl Morey wasn't one who had that thought. He said that's what everyone else was saying. But your thoughts on the whole situation?
So I'm not gonna lie, Daryl do sound a little bitter from just by the way he carried it, but I'm pretty sure there was a little more thought behind what he said. Like there was more conversation. He had so many conversations about it that I'm sure there was more in-depth analysis, perspective that he didn't offer in this one shallow statement that he gave. But when I look at the season as a basketball player, I'm thinking this is the season that brought more mental toughness than physical toughness. And we always question how physical decline, like the physicality of the league has declined. But I feel like that was the most mentally challenging season that the league could have experienced. And so I think there's so many extremes in the pro area, in the con area, for me to really settle on a thought on my own. If we're just talking about like the perspective of Daryl and the perspective of Steven, but I'm looking at the perspective of what was going on at the time. It wasn't even every team was invited to the bubble that year. Only like 20 something teams were invited that year. And it was more in the West than it was in the East. And so if we look at a West Coast team actually won it, they had to fight through all of that. And if we're going to look at the NBA championship as an asterisk, are we going to also look at the rookie of the year as an asterisk for Ja Morant? Are we going to look at the MVP of the league, Giannis, as an asterisk too? So it's like, I think it's a bigger conversation than what Daryl was saying. He did low-key sound bitter, though, if we're just talking about the statement in general.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
I just want to say the start and the end of this conversation is the Phoenix Suns, because the Phoenix Suns was the best team in the bubble, didn't get to the playoffs. They were undefeated in group play. So why not let them in, right? Nobody else went undefeated in the bubble, but the Phoenix Suns did, and yet they did not get invited.
Because the Lakers couldn't beat them.
You send the Phoenix Suns to the bubble, what happens? I guarantee you LA don't win a championship. I can't tell you who does, but it's not going to be LA. LA had no answer. Why? To protect LeBron, give him a free one, and not let them young boys cook. TJ Warren was going crazy.
So you saying if they were invited, you're saying it would look different for LeBron. And the conspiracy is they didn't invite this team for the sake of LeBron.
You just said that there was more teams in the West that was invited to the bubble than the East, correct?
It was, I think it was 13 versus I think 9.
9 or 8, right? So you let the best team in the bubble, not the best team in the West, the best team in the bubble, in the same environment as everybody else. They went 8-0. They went undefeated. And somehow that's not enough to get them into the playoffs. And I'm going to use air quotes, the playoffs. That's not enough. Why? Because if Phoenix had ended up matching up against LA somewhere down the line in the West, LA doesn't beat them.
They would have had to go against.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, I remember when Dame, they was still trying to figure out how they was going to do the bubble and how they was going to do the tournament and what teams was coming. And I remember when everybody was still trying to figure out if they was going to come or not. Carmelo dropped out. It was a couple of players, Avery Bradley, that played for the Lakers, that dropped out. It was a lot of people said they're not going, right, because of the George Floyd thing. And everyone was waiting on, they was having meetings trying to figure out what we were going to do, right? And I think when they interviewed Dame, he was like, I just don't want to get invited here for no reason, because the talk was you got to come in and play in order to make the playoffs. Because I think Portland and Phoenix, they both was teams that like if it was like an original season, they didn't have a shot at the playoffs. And I remember Dame kept saying, I'm not coming here for nothing. If I come here, don't make me play, and then I'm gonna have to go home. It was, pretty much like that. And I that's kind of funny that when he said that everything worked out good for Portland, but the undefeated team in Phoenix somehow came here, played, was undefeated, and had to go home. I still don't understand why they couldn't make it to the playoffs after they was undefeated. Did they lose a game? Unimportant. It was something. They wasn't undefeated. Maybe they lost one game. What happened? Do y'all remember?
So I'm looking it up right now. I don't know what it was because I think maybe, and this is still baffling to me, is because if Phoenix has such a bad record that even going 8-0 in the bubble did not secure your spot in the playoffs, then why were they there? If this was supposed to be a true playoff experience, and these games that you had in the beginning, these exhibitions were just ramp ups because everybody had 2.5, 3 months off. If these exhibitions were just ramp ups, then it should have been 8-8 because this was before the play-in. So it should have been 8 from the West. It should have been 8 from the East, right?
Bro, they lost a game. They lost a game, and that's why they couldn't.
No, that was the story. They went undefeated in exhibition play and didn't go to the playoffs. That was the story.
Yeah, but they lost something though. Was it some type of play-in before the playoffs? I mean, it was something. It had to be something that they lost. I remember.
I don't think the play-in was introduced in 2020. I think it was just.
Well, don't nobody remember what it was?
That's what I'm trying to look up right now. Why they didn't get in? Because if they didn't have the record enough to be in the playoffs in the first place, then why invite them? That spot could have been for somebody in the East that had a better chance.
Yeah, it was like the last games were in March, and then they started back up in July randomly.
Okay, they went 8-0 in the seeding games, and despite the perfect record, they didn't make the playoffs because they had a 26-39 record before the restart. So that 8 games wasn't enough to get them.
So they came out there and wasted their time.
So, but there was, I guarantee you that somebody else had a record close to that and didn't go 8-0 in the exhibition.
See, what was Portland's record? Because I think Dame's mouth in the public is the reason why. Because I don't think they deserve to be there either. And they damn sure didn't go no daggone 8-0 in the bubble, in the exhibition games. While we waiting on that, I'm gonna play this one thing that Dame said, and I want to hear from Brittany and Dominique.
To me personally, the bubble was way easier. There was really no distractions. We didn't have to travel after games. We was leaving the arena sometimes 10, 11 o'clock after a game, and we would go right back to the hotel, and they had cold pools set up at the pool for us. And we just get our recovery in right after the game. They had food laid out for us, and we go up to our room, lay down. I mean, everything was laid out. It wasn't no plane after, bus to the hotel, check into a room, get situated. It was none of that. It was just like boom, boom, get up the next morning, practice all in one spot. So like our bodies was recovering faster. We was more rested. It was way easier to me. I think that's why you saw a lot of people just killing like that, for real.
So physically, and it's kind of what Brianna said, it was physically more challenging. Well, I'm sorry, it was physically less challenging, but more mentally challenging. But which one makes it tougher? Because I think the regular playoffs is physically and mentally challenging, right? I think it's both, but it's mentally challenging in different ways, you know. So Dame saying that, Daryl Morey saying that's the consensus around the league that most executives don't look at it as the same thing. Brittany and Dominique, how do y'all feel about it?
You can go first, Brittany.
Y'all play too much.
Real quick before y'all go.
Mute, and you on mute, dog.
Go ahead. Real quick before y'all go.
I'm on mute. I was on mute. Dom, go ahead.
Hold on, before y'all go, real quick. Because apparently this was like the first ever play-in situation, right? It was a 1 game winner gets the 8th seed in the West, and it was between Portland and Memphis, but Memphis had the same record as Phoenix. Phoenix was the only team to go 8-0 in exhibition play. How was Phoenix not the one to play Portland in that playing game?
You see what I mean?
Phoenix and Memphis had the same record.
That was crazy.
At the end of exhibition. At the end of exhibition, they had the same record, 34-39. But yet somehow Memphis got the bump over Phoenix and got that 1 game for the 8th seed against Portland, and Portland ended up beating them. I don't understand, but I digress. Go ahead, ladies.
I understand it, and I think, Chris, what you said tracks. The next year they were bumped out in the first round by who? The Phoenix Suns.
Essentially the same team.
The title is just not genuine. I mean, it's case closed to me. When you get bumped out in the first round, I mean, even the Boston Celtics, they were defending their championship this season. They at least made it to the second round. And obviously we were looking to see them make a much deeper run to be back in the finals again. But I just think that your title becomes fake news when you are supposed to be the best team in the league the year before, you come back with your core team is back. Who they lose? Caruso and Kyle Kuzma?
They lost Caldwell Pope too, I think.
Okay.
And Danny Green and Dwight. Now they lost a lot of people. They lost a lot of people.
So they did lose a lot of people, but the GM should be able to just figure it out and trade for whomever to get whoever to get back to the finals like he does every season. So what's the problem? But what Daryl Morey said, I think, is just, for me, it's a little cat. So when you come out, if you're going to say something, just say it. What do you think about it? So you know how sometimes on the panel I get frustrated with Jay because he's busy telling us, well, in LeBron's mind and in so-and-so's mind, but we're talking as a panel and like, you know, what do we think about something? So it's just kind of like, well, Daryl Morey, what do you think about what the other GMs think? So, you know, you're just reporting this. This is coming out of your mouth. And to Brianna's point, that's exactly what it sounds like. You sound salty, especially sometimes it's the right message and the wrong messenger. So I don't want to hear,
well,
I'm a loser. I don't want to hear from somebody who's been losing. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more impactful and more respectable when you actually, maybe he won a title. If he won a title outside of the bubble year and he could say, well, I wouldn't have wanted to win my title, you know, in COVID. I'm glad that, you know, we had everybody competing on the floor. I think that there's a way to say what you want to say so that, one, it sounds respectful, and two, you know, you're being real. And I just feel like, okay, well, what was your opinion, Daryl Morey? So now all of a sudden, because you get in trouble with the media, now you want to come out and backpedal and say, oh, I think it was a genuine title. Well, why didn't you say that in the beginning?
Well, he did say that. He said if the Rockets would have won, they would have celebrated it like it was a regular championship. Like, so he's saying that he don't think that, but the people he talks to around the league thinks that.
What I took from it was that if they would have won, he would have thought it was genuine. That's how I heard his comment. That it's different for LeBron James. How I heard his comment is that it's different for LeBron James because it's LeBron James. The rest of the GMs in the league are salty about it. And I'm not on LeBron James' side, obviously. I'm just saying I think he's that disliked throughout the league that owners, GMs, they are not going to give him credit for anything he does because of the way he does it and they blame him for the state of the league.
Interesting.
Wait, because I've never really just like dug into, like, I watched the bubble, I let it happen, I was disappointed, whatever. But I've never actually sat back and actually analyzed what happened in the bubble. Do y'all realize the Lakers until the finals never played more than 6 games in the series?
Yeah.
But Houston and Oklahoma in the first round went 7. Denver and Utah in the first round went 7. LA and Dallas in the first round went 7. Denver and the Clippers in the second round went 7.
So what happened to all the tough competition? What happened to all of LeBron's tough? Oh, he had faced so much tough competition in the finals. Where was it?
But actually, if you look at the record, though, they lost the most they lost was 2 games in that whole run. They were 4-1, 4-1, 4-2.
They only lost 2 to Miami in the finals.
That was the hardest. But if you look at the regular season points of each game, the lowest a team scored was like 90 points. And I feel like that should be talked about too, because sometimes in the league, you see those 80-point games, you see those blowouts, but every team pretty much averaged like 100 and something points. And it was very close. Like, they were very close losses. And that was interesting, a phenomenon in itself.
The more I unravel this mystery that is the bubble ring, the more I just feel like this shit was tailor-made for LeBron to get another one.
I mean, in a way it was, but you got to give credit to the Lakers. They had a really good team, man. They had Dwight coming off the bench, dog. Like Dwight Howard coming off the bench. Like Dwight Howard and AD.
Listen,
Dwight Howard and AD.
Mel, hold on. Mel, they had a great team that needed a 3-month break.
Well, I mean, we do know that Anthony Davis gets hurt a lot, and if this was a regular season, it's a good chance him and LeBron don't stay healthy because LeBron was messing with a.
Chris, can I say something to you?
Go ahead, Dom. Go ahead.
Saying, and that maybe the Lakers shouldn't have been there, but I have to agree with what Mel said in a different way, though, because we do have to give credit where it's due. LeBron James, you don't think that he could have exploited a COVID year to win? You don't think that he saw the path to win as soon as COVID hit?
Absolutely.
You don't think that, like, somebody who's won a championship 3 times, who orchestrates and manufactures their championship, he didn't see, oh, this guy's taken off. This guy's taken off. If we get this matchup, we're good. We got to do this. So he orchestrated it from the very beginning, and even to get the Finals MVP, that was not going to be Anthony Davis. He made sure of it. And, you know, I'm sorry, but I have to give him credit for, you know, leading, like, basically for carrying out his plan to full execution. It was flawless, and it was, he did a good job.
We each go get 5 takes.
But when you take a look,
we each go get 5 takes in a phone call before Brittany talk, because she waiting on somebody to bring her in, and I'm not doing it. So
I'm not waiting for nobody to bring me in, Mel. But
yes, you are.
No, I
yes,
wasn't.
You are.
No, I wasn't. I was listening to Dom.
My thing about this whole thing is
well, why don't we give Brittany an opportunity to speak? Brittany and I, all of us at the top, wait our turn. So Brittany, Mel's calling you out. What's your take?
Clearly, he's right smack dab in my face calling me out. I appreciate that. Thanks, Mel.
Yes, ma'am.
Shut up. I mean, it's the bubble. Like, people say it's the hardest ring to ever earn. I think that's pure BS. There's no crowd, there's no traveling, there's none of that. I mean, the moment anybody got COVID, they was gone. So that's missing a playoff game. I don't know. I can't remember what transpired with the Lakers when they went up against teams that other teams was losing players, including their own. But I think it's one of the weakest championships, and that's just me. I don't care what anybody says. And as far as Daryl Morey, y'all should already know how I feel. Dom, you completely took my point. Right message, wrong messenger. Like, this man has been with the Sixers for 5 seasons. And what the heck has the Sixers done in the last 5 seasons? So why are you talking? Why is he the one always talking? He should be the last person to talk. Your team has not gotten out of the second round in 5 seasons since you've been there. You need to just shut up and do your job. I hate that whole shut up and do whatever, but for him, shut up and do your job.
Shut up and sign the checks.
Shout out to Tyrese Maxey, though. Shout out to Tyrese.
No, I love Tyrese. I can't stand Daryl Morey.
I had to shout him out real quick.
Like, at some point, as a GM, you know, basketball president of operations, whatever you are, at some point you have to deliver. And he hasn't delivered for the 76ers, and he should be shutting his mouth. You think he'd be quiet and just trying to figure out how to retool his team, how to, you know, make up for all the damage he's caused by bringing James Harden and just all Paul George. He has completely ran that team into the ground.
Can I ask everybody? Can I ask the panel a question real quick?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Before you ask, shout out to Sports and Fitness Rants, man. Shout out to you, big dog.
Hi, Robin.
So, let me ask y'all. For the most part, everybody here has played basketball at some kind of decent level, right? For the most part. That's not a rhetorical. I need y'all to speak.
Oh, a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that was. Oh, yeah. That's a question. Go ahead. Yeah.
So in the mental aspect of basketball, right? Wouldn't you think that if in some kind of situation, all you have to do is focus on basketball, would that not be a better situation for you as a professional hooper?
If you wasn't making millions of dollars, I feel like they spoiled. They were spoiled. They talking about, we in a hotel, we make
PlayStations, Xbox.
JaVale McGee was vlogging.
You feel what I'm saying? They was doing podcasts in the hotel room. So yeah, I get that point. But for the most part, they talking about this was the most mentally challenging, yada yada yada. Let's side note. At some point in the playoffs, families were invited to sit courtside. They like to eliminate that part of the story, but families were allowed to sit courtside. They just had to have a mask, and the seats were 6 feet apart from other seats. They like to eliminate that from history, right? Moving on. So you had your families there. They could be in the hotel room with you, but you couldn't go nowhere else. So boom, we kill that noise, right? Second of all, you don't have to worry about travel. Your ice tubs is set up for you when you leave. You go from here, you go from the court to the ice bath to your hotel room. Your food was taken care of. You ain't had to worry about none of that. Your family's food was taken care of. You ain't had to worry about none of that. There was nothing mentally taxing. It's just the fact that you kept seeing the same court every day. But to a real hooper, that's not a fucking problem. So what are y'all fucking crying about?
I can
That's the millions
see
of dollars part.
I can see people getting homesick, but outside of being homesick, I don't mentally taxing that much. I don't.
I would be homesick.
Listen.
I would be homesick. Hold on. I would be homesick too until that direct deposit hit of $900,000 a week.
But
Chris, you, me and Corey speaking from a perspective that nobody else can speak from.
Right.
Like we've been
Thank
on
you.
Navy ships for 3 straight months without seeing land. So imagine that, right? Not seeing any land, and you're working sun up to sundown every single day, fighting fires if something pop off. So it's a whole different. We got a different endurance for stuff like that,
and
you're not thinking about.
I do. I get that. But the difference is you are making millions of dollars to play a child's game. You just have to sit in one spot for a month and a half. Boo fucking who.
And everything is provided to you.
Everything is provided.
But they had to get tested. Javale showed us.
They brought in what's the redhead name? They brought her in for the
Rachel
Chiefs.
Nichols.
And listen,
but they got tested like 3 times a day. Like imagine getting a tube stuck up your nose 3 times a day. That would actually drive me crazy.
Matter. Ask Lemon Pepper Lou. He only lost what, a day for going to Magic City? He lost a day? What are we talking about? I can go get some wings and see some skin, and I'm only gonna lose a day, and I'll be right back on the court.
The disciple said it's like that show 60 Days In.
Paul George said he was depressed.
For what?
But Paul George is a special case study. Paul George said that was probably one of the most depressing times of his life.
Yeah, but that's a weak-minded basketball player, and he never said why he was depressed. He was depressed because he couldn't do other dumb shit. He had to just hoop. That's it.
See what you're saying.
Oh man, I can't.
I'm not a man. I'm not a man, so I think it's another level of depression.
You know what,
y'all
Mel? I'm glad you said that, because had they let them young boys in Phoenix in the playoffs, all them boys wanted was a chance. Them boys was just ready to hoop. They didn't care about nothing else. You would have let them boys in, they'd have tore the whole bracket up, and they would have showed you this doesn't mean anything. You mean to tell me that I, as a hooper, I consider myself a real hooper, don't got to worry about nothing but hooping for a month and a half? Yeah. I don't got to worry about nothing but hooping.
It wasn't a month and a half. It
well,
was
hold on.
July, August, September, October. That's 4 months.
Brianna, hold on. Phone lines are open, y'all. The phone number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. 442-288-9352. Hit the phone lines. All phone calls will be limited to 1 minute. You will not go over 1 minute, and I will hang the phone up in the middle of you talking after a minute. So come in, get your take off, get off. 3 phone calls, and then we move into the next topic. Phone lines are open. Go ahead, Brianna. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, like, they was in there a month and a half. I was saying they was in there a little longer.
Yeah,
I thought.
no,
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
A month and a half to 2 months, because you had those exhibitions. They was like every other day or every day, and then the playoff games was every other day. So if you had a game on Monday, then you had your next game on Wednesday, and so on and so forth across 4 rounds across 16 teams. So that's why I say about a month and a half to 2 months. You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. If I could get chef prepared meals every day, my health physicians is on there every single day. I'm getting changed sheets.
Why you
turn down every single night, basically?
Why you think
we
TJ Warren,
go on
TJ Warren was
vacation
dropping
to
40
get
bangers?
Things,
TJ Warren was dropping 40 bangers in Indiana. They was like, who the fuck is TJ Warren?
And we ain't seen them since. All right, we got a caller from Ohio on the line. Caller from Ohio, go ahead. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear him. Go ahead.
All right, y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, I got him. I can hear him.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, that's crazy, but how y'all doing?
We good. You got 1 minute. Don't waste it.
What's up?
Hey, man, we all know that was a Bubble Yum championship. We not tripping on it. Like my man said, all his championships got an asterisk, man. It's been something every time, man. The script is in. We know what they doing. We know what they doing. So
well, hold on. What they doing? You got 30 seconds. Go ahead. What they doing?
they trying to ride his back because he the guy they making the money off of. That. We ain't loving this. We know the script. This is not. Man, it's like Mike for me, man. Rest in peace, Kobe. We know MJ to go. Mel love the show. Neek love everything. Chris, all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate that, my brother.
Appreciate it, man.
It's still Michigan over everything.
All right. Hey, thanks for the call, bro.
Respect.
All right, no doubt. All right, let's get two more, y'all. Let's get two more.
Two more. Hey, good job on the time limit, caller, man. Make sure y'all follow that mode, man. A minute.
Yeah. Caller from Cali. What's up?
Yo, what's up, man? This is Sean.
What's good, man? What's your thoughts?
Man, these players ain't worrying about anything, man. They just lying as hell. Like, as a Laker fan, this is the weakest championship that we won.
Sheesh.
I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, I mean, they ain't struggling. They were in hotels that cost around $100, all the way to thousands of dollars that people have to work their butt off in order to get their families to. Like, we stop lying. Stop lying. You're not struggling, man. You got 5G internet while you were screaming. You brought women in. Come on, man. Let's stop lying. Let's stop lying. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
I mean, I appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks for the call.
Mel, like for real, just think about it. I'm depressed and everything. I'm being catered to, like completely catered to.
Like,
yeah, I don't understand that one.
For sure, mental health is a real thing. So respect to mental health or whatever.
Absolutely.
But if you bringing me whatever I want, my family here, and all I gotta worry about is hooping, what are we talking about?
It wasn't whatever they were. JaVale McGee was vlogging. He was showing they had box lunches.
Yeah, that's wild. Somebody asked who's everybody's name. I thought we had the names up here. Let me see if I can.
I got you. Don't worry. I got it.
Thank you. Yeah, but the lady at the top left, that's Brianna from the No Bull Podcast. While we got 275 people on both our channels, No Bull Podcast, y'all go and subscribe. That's where you can find her every day doing NBA and WNBA topics. Brianna is a former collegiate basketball player. She can hoop. I vouch for it, right? She can hoop. And she know her stuff, man. So go ahead and go and give her a subscription on YouTube, No Bull Podcast, and the link is in my description box, so y'all can get to it a little easier. Do that, man. Do that as a favor to Man Down. And there's her name right there. Boom, names are up. There we go. Thanks.
You mind if I respond to one comment real quick?
Yes, sir.
All right, I want to respond to this comment. So what happened if Kawhi would have won? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Me personally, and I can't speak for everybody else. Me personally, whoever would have won that championship would have had an asterisk next to it because of the 3-month layoff. But I will say this: the only championship that I would have had close to an amount of respect for is if Phoenix would have won it all, because Phoenix showed in the beginning that they was really there to hoop, and if Phoenix would have did the 8-game exhibition, they went 8-0, and if they would have got a chance in the playoffs and then went all the way and won, that it would still have that asterisk because of the 3 months, but that would have been the one I would have respected the most. But if anybody else would have won, they would still have an asterisk for me. That's to answer your question.
All right, we got a caller from Texas. This is the last caller. Go ahead.
Hey man, tell Chris stop capping, man. He do a whole lot of capping. It was only bottom feed teams, bro. Them the only teams that wasn't invited. So them the teams that had no chance of making the playoffs. The Suns didn't make it because of their pre-bubble record.
That was the best team in the bubble, though.
Hold on. And I don't hold on. Hey, man, I only got 1 minute. Why you cutting me off, bro? Hold on, young, real quick. Just why that point is fresh. I do want to, and shout out to you, my boy. You know, you my dog. I just want to admit to that point. I want to rebuttal.
No, you be capping.
No, listen. I want to rebuttal. I mentioned earlier. I don't know if you missed it, but I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Chris, that's not fair, man. He got 1 minute, man. Rebuttal when he hangs up. Go ahead, young. Hold that thought, Chris.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, quick rebuttal. I had said that after the 8-0 exhibition run, right? They had the same record as Memphis. Memphis. So Memphis didn't have no business being in there either.
Chris is called tiebreakers, bro. Love basketball, bro. Before you get up here, y'all be talking, bro.
No, I understand tiebreakers,
but
I feel like
So who had the tiebreaker? Chris?
So, but if we count all the stuff pre-bubble,
who had the tiebreaker, Chris?
We count all the stuff in the exhibition, then it should have been
Chris. Hold on. Chris, why was the Lakers the number one team in the bubble? I'm saying seeding. Why was they the number one team?
Hold on, brother.
Because it was a whack season.
It was definitely a whack season.
It's because of the pre-bubble. I'm saying when the pandemic hit, the Lakers was number one in the West.
That was a whole separate season, man. This is a tournament, dog. This is the NIT. That was a whole separate season. And imagine having a regular season.
I'm answering the questions. I'm answering the questions that y'all asking, bro. Y'all saying why didn't the Suns make it? And then y'all say, and then y'all talking about the next year, bro. The next year, LeBron and AD missed half the season.
Which would have happened if it wasn't for a break in the middle of the season in 2020. That's the whole point. But go ahead.
You can crystal ball that. You can crystal ball that, bro.
Yeah, we can crystal ball it. I can set my clock on AD or LeBron missing some time while they was with the Lakers. I can set my clock on that. They ain't getting through 82 games without missing 20.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So what happened in 2023 when they went to the Western Conference Finals?
What we bragging? Are we bragging about that? Western Conference Finals? We bragging?
You talking about them not getting through a season. I'm showing you a season they got through.
How many games did they play that season, Big Dog?
They both played 70 plus.
70 plus?
Yeah, that's what I said.
70 plus games. Why not 82?
Man, bro, tomato, nigga. They went to the Western Conference Finals, bro.
Well, how about tomato? I'm throwing you off the stage. Tomatoes off the stage, Big Dog.
Okay.
Hey, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
My minute up. Okay. And the last thing I gotta say, y'all talking about y'all saying that y'all saying that the next year the same team beat the Lakers. That wasn't the same team, nigga. They added Chris Paul. And one more thing, in the bubble, y'all saying that the Suns was the hottest, and the reason that they didn't want to throw them in is because something had to do with the Lakers. Well, really, Dame was the hottest. He was the one scoring 60 and 56 and 61 points, and he got in as the AC. And what did LeBron and AD do to him? They 4-1 that boy. So y'all stop with that cap, man.
Yeah, hey, good point on the Chris Paul point, but not on the Dame point. Dame was the hottest player, but Phoenix was the hottest team, and it's a big difference. Yeah, it was a big difference. All right, let's move on to the next time. Oh, let me get to these super chats first. Why is Chris out of Chris? Where you at? I can't read this one. Brianna, can you read that super chat? I don't read his super chats because of the name. Brittany or Brianna, one of y'all got to read that. I'm not reading. Read his name and the comment. I'm not doing it.
No, Mel, that's all you.
I'm good.
I don't think us reading it makes it any better.
That makes it better if y'all read it seriously. I can't do it, but it's a super chat, so we got to read it. Somebody's got to read it.
Just call him LS, man.
Thanks, LS, for the $2 super chat. We believe in the liar, Morey, #Harden. Lincoln LS. B New, $7 super chat. Imagine LeBron starting another league and having to deal with someone like himself. How do you think that'll go? Can he deal with his offspring? Sheesh, y'all trip boy, y'all is bad today. Daniel Logan, $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Players snuck in women all the time. Absolutely. And Jason Collins as well. Ghost of what?
I don't know.
Oh, he was in my live. Ghost of Gratis, I think. He's been there.
Oh,
before.
good. Read that, dude.
Yeah. Never forget, while we was in the streets, LeBron and CP3 were deriding Obama and refusing to boycott the for BLM. Mentally challenging, quote unquote, my crusty ass.
Preach.
Get him, dummy.
Get him, dummy. Get him, Grant.
By the way,
free luxury vacation and sneaking women in. Yeah.
I think ChatGPT maybe gave you a limit.
Nah, they didn't.
Why do all Lacan
fans
sound emotional?
Lacan is a new one. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, Lacon's crazy.
Lacan, crazy.
Chrome Black. Is that are you describing your pistol? Every championship counts, but it's context that hurts that chip. Not only the lockdown, but Miami was a depleted team.
Yeah, y'all got to remember, man, Django Jimmy was doing his best to keep them in that series.
And Bam was on one arm. Remember, he had a really bad shoulder injury. He shouldn't have been playing. He was playing with one arm. Like the video, please like the video. And go subscribe to Sports T and go subscribe to No Bull Podcast. If you know Bull, or if you know Bull, you know ball. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes,
and talk to me nice.
That's tough. I like
those.
That.
Yeah. Talk to me
Cowboy
nice.
Spit too.
Cheers.
Cowboy
Cheers.
Spit. If you know Bull, you know ball. I don't know Bull.
Hey, man, you know what, man? I can't wait for this football podcast to jump off, man.
It's okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Bobo Kelly. I know a person named Hobo Kelly, and he can dance, but he was a hobo. But Young Disciple is blasphemy. LeBron missing 27 games the year that they made it to the Western Conference Final. Check that boy next time. You see how they be lying? I know. You can set your clock on them boys missing 20 plus games. There might have been a year he had the growing issue. I'm calling in to see why my name is prohibited.
It's not prohibited no more, man. He said it last week.
No,
I did. I made a mistake. You got me last week. You got me last week because hey, we ain't gonna be able to move to the next topic. But I appreciate these super chats. Daniel Logan, I respect Bubble less because I respect the Bubble less because Kyrie and players were trying to protest for Black Lives Matter, but Lacan was fighting to play. He was fighting to play for the reason that Dominique, allegedly for the reason that Dominique, because he saw an easy path to a ring. I get that. And he knew he had to get a ring to try to catch catch Kobe or Mike, so he needed that. Heated arguments just to get a weak fourth ring. That's true. Who is Hobo Kelly? Go on the corner of Martin Luther King and Greensboro and Random and Road, and you will see Hobo Kelly. He's still out there. The only black man I know with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Nice.
And he black and smut.
Nice.
Y'all ready for the next topic?
Let's do it.
That's a perfect transition.
Yeah, it is a perfect transition, man. Let's get into some of the things that's going on in the offseason and then what we can expect coming up next season, man. I seen a couple of things. I was looking through the interwebs on Beyonce's internet. Internet or in the web?
In the web.
I put it in the chat. I put it in the group chat. I'll put it in the group chat. Wow. Yeah, but I was paying attention to some of the things that's coming out, man. We got NBA.com putting out their top 10. They haven't done the East yet, but they put out their top 10 players going into next season for the West. That's gonna be interesting. They put out their top 10 teams, or actually they put the whole Western Conference 1 through 13, and that was fascinating, right? And amongst some other things I want to get into with free agents and all of that. But first and foremost, they had the defending champs, of course, Oklahoma City Thunder, number 1 in the West. So that's obvious. Right? Their team is intact. They re-signed everybody. They should be the favorites. They should have the number 1 spot. But I want to ask y'all, who do y'all think the biggest threat to OKC at the top for the West would be? The additions of KD to the Rockets and, the changes they made in Denver, all of those things. This is how they got it stacked out. They got Denver number 2, Houston Rockets led by KD number 3, Anthony Edwards led Minnesota T-Wolves number 4, and the Clippers, the team that they're calling the Unction because they got all the Unks on their team. They got them number 5, but you don't see the Lakers. They're not respecting Luka and LeBron right now. And it's a couple of other teams that's kind of missing. But do you agree with this order? And who do y'all think the biggest threat to OKC is going to be in the West? Brittany, since you went last time.
I'm trying to remember some of the moves that happened.
Just pull it from the front of your forehead.
Cam Johnson traded for Michael Porter Jr. to Denver. So that, Michael Porter Jr. with that salary cap, they opened up a little bit of space. So they got a couple of more bench players to go with it as well. Of course, Rockets.
Yeah, I'm done. All
right.
I'm done.
Or do you agree with the order?
I'm gonna be straight up. If they stay healthy, and that's the problem, I think they're getting older, and health is a big issue. But I still think they're one of the deepest teams, and that's the Clippers. But that health is the biggest factor for me. I don't believe in Denver, in my opinion. You can say what you want. I don't really care about the one championship ring that they had. I'm big on consistency, but for me, it's going to be the Clippers. I just wish they would stay healthy. Like if Kawhi could play a whole season and that team stays healthy, that's a deep team. The depth on that team could compete with anybody, even OKC, and the experience on that team.
Bro, they got fat body suit James Harden. They got Kawhi. They got Zubac. Zubac go make All-Star next year.
Big Zoo.
If Embiid don't get healthy, if Embiid don't get healthy, Zubac's going to be the second best center in the league behind Jokic. Like they just got to let him do more because he can do more. Yeah, they got Zubac, they got Harden, they got
tough five. But
I like Zubats. I think that go ahead, Mel.
No, go ahead.
I think that Rockets are going to be I think they're going to be an instant, competitor for OKC. I don't know that they're truly going to challenge the throne though, if that makes sense. So I think that I don't want to call them fake news, but I think that not LeBron, Kevin Durant is at a point in a stage, and he's at like a critical crossroads in his career. And so he's got to win this year or the next year. I think, people will stop considering, him to be like a true game changer for a team if he doesn't get them far. Like if he gets knocked out of the first round, again, if he doesn't make a difference and at least take them to, second round Western Conference Finals, it's just, and so then the second team, I really wish it could be the Mavs, but I don't know when Kyrie's coming back, so I can't say. But if everybody were healthy on the Mavericks, they are the instant competitor for OKC because they have Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and they have something to prove. That team has something to prove. Even the role players on that team, they want to prove that they can win it without Luka, that they just needed a better leader. They needed a better, group of players that were going to defend and be, rowing in the same direction. So I don't think there's really any other true competitors in the West. The Clippers they're not a real contender. They're going to be in that 5th seed. They're going to compete all season long. They're going to give us good basketball. But Kawhi Leonard, he's over. He's just over. I don't think that he's going to win another title in his career.
I like that Mavs take. I mean, even without Kyrie, Dominique, I like Brittany said, I really do like the Clippers.
Stop trying to steal my thunder, man.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Corey, you're just very cranky. Hold on. Can we address Corey's crankiness? Because
he ain't got no drink in his hand. That's the problem.
I've been laughing the whole show.
He's not drinking his hand.
And I didn't even get the comment on the last topic.
You didn't, because you kept exiting out, and you and Brittany didn't want to jump in here. You were over there drinking the smoke.
Y'all over there tag teaming that Spectrum Wi-Fi.
It's gone now.
He was smoking a drink over there, Chris.
He was smoking a drink. He was smoking a drink.
I am, man. I'm not cranky. I think the Mavs take was an excellent take, but when they get healthy,
look at his face. He's just an old man.
Wow, you stop it, Dominique. They just, who knows when Kyrie is gonna get back, and who knows who's gonna knock AD down and he gonna stub his big toe and be out for 8 weeks. You just don't know. But I wish they would stay healthy. But I do like Houston. It's hard for me to.
I like Houston. I like Dallas too, bro.
I do. I love.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this.
As soon as they get healthy, they're gonna be all right.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. The biggest threat to OKC this year is OKC.
It's OKC.
Hey.
The biggest threat. There's a reason why we haven't had a repeat champion since the 17-18 Warriors. The competition, once you become the hunted, the competition gets a little bit stiffer. Pause. And we know that OKC, some of the people that they have tend to have a health issue. They got lucky. Well, I won't say they got lucky. Injury is part of the game, right? But they were able to maintain a healthy roster. Like their people got hurt, but they came back at the right time. What's to say that that's going to happen again, right? You know, Chet has injury history. Jalen Williams has been dealing with some injuries. He was able to play through them, but you can see his game took a hit while dealing with said injuries. You know what I'm saying? And they did a good job by locking up this core for the next 3 to 4 years, right? They paid the big three. Love that for them. Honestly, I do, right? But then at the end of the day, also when it comes to health, it comes to payroll. So are these other guys, these role players, are they going to be willing to take a pay cut when it comes time to get paid? Is Alex Caruso going to understand my worth, or am I going to take a pay cut to get another ring? Is Lou Dort going to understand his worth or take a pay cut to get another ring? So at the end of the day, you have to deal with the fact that other teams are getting better because now they're game planning for you because you're the big dog now. So you're the game plan. Every night somebody's game planning for you because you're the one we have to take out. So you have to deal with that. You have to manage the health issue that is prevalent in OKC, right? You have to manage that for 82 games plus however many because you're going to make the playoffs again. So you got to manage the 82 plus whatever games you play in the playoffs, right? And now it's going to be and we know the physicality ramps up in the playoffs, right? Can they make this run again? Can they do it again? As an OKC fan, I would love to see it happen. I would love to see it, but championship hangovers are real. Being the hunted is real, and health is real.
So what's your answer to the question?
OKC. OKC is the biggest threat to them repeating in the West.
Oh, okay.
Question for y'all. Because I noticed nobody said the Timberwolves, and they made it to the Western Conference Finals the last 2 seasons. Is it that we don't trust their development and they could get over that hump? What is it about that team?
Does Rudy Gobert still wear a Timberwolves jersey?
It ain't Rudy. It's their leader. It's their leader.
It's Anthony Edwards. It's on
I don't think it's Rudy.
It's on AE, man. It's
No,
on
because Rudy disappeared for a lot of games in the playoffs.
He like offensively, but he still held it down defensively. How can you appear offensively on the Timberwolves team when Anthony Edwards has the presence that he has? And I don't say that in a glorifying manner. I think he takes the light away from Naz Reid. Naz Reid is a playmaker. And they had him in the forward position, and they moved him to like a guard. You saw him at the top of the key a lot. And that's where I think he really shines. He can create plays. He has great court vision. But so much attention is focused to Anthony Edwards, not because he's out. I mean, he's a good player, don't get me wrong. But I think if he was a better leader, he can make the guys around him better. And they don't have to work so hard to get their buckets and kind of just like wait their turn. That's the type of offense that the Wolves have. And I feel like that's why I hate to see them at 4th. I really do. It's frustrating.
There's
the only
no
grab
reason.
they got was
There's no reason for Anthony Edwards to take more threes than Steph Curry in the season. Absolutely not.
No.
I don't think that it's I don't think the Timberwolves issue is Anthony Edwards' leadership. I actually think he's a pretty decent leader. He says the right things. He encourages his teammates. They seem to want to follow him. I don't think that he has bad leadership on his team. I do think that they don't have the best coach. He makes awful decisions down the stretch. And I think that Anthony Edwards, he was never a 3-point shooter before this season. Where did he go? To the Olympics and get brainwashed by Steph Curry and LeBron James and the crew. His behavior completely changed during and post Olympics. And it is really just a true disappointment. And, I'm sad about, the trajectory of his career. I mean, he's got personal issues. And then on top of it, he's coming into the league with this kind of conduct, just like jacking up threes because one of his little buddies told him to do that. And it's just like, he even talked earlier in the season about advice that Michael Jordan gave him. And he's trying to turn it around. So in all fairness to Anthony Edwards and his leadership, he's trying to seek out counsel from the old heads. He's trying to find his game back and I guess the confidence to do what he was doing prior to the season, because this was a complete, I would say, 360 for Anthony Edwards, or 180 or whatever you want to call it. This is not his normal game, and it was a very disappointing season. I'm disappointed in him and the Timberwolves for allowing this, for perpetuating it, but I think that there's a lot of blame to go around for the Timberwolves. But also, to get to my main point, the Timberwolves are not a threat to anybody in the West because of who else is playing. They were in the Western Conference Finals. That wasn't a testament to what they've done. It was a testament to the state of the NBA and what the West Coast was last season. There was a bunch of depleted teams, and it was the matchups. They had the Lakers in the first round. They had the Warriors without Steph Curry. So when you take a look at their path to the Western Conference Finals this year, it was a little easier than the prior season, where I felt like their team was playing better basketball because they didn't deserve to be there this season.
I think they'll get a little bit better if they got a leader in Mike Conley, but I think of course he's on his downward spiral as a player. He's past his prime, but they got Rob Dillingham out there. If they can figure out a way where they can get
his downward what?
His downward what?
What I say?
His downward sparrow. That's a bird, my guy.
A downward sparrow.
Rob Dillingham.
You've never heard that before? You never heard somebody spiral under control?
Spiral.
It's downward spiral. You said
sparrow.
sparrow.
North Carolina, dude.
You said downward sparrow.
I can try to say that name 5 times. Oh, that word 5 times in a row, and it's going to sound the same exact way.
No, Mel, do you say salmon or salmon?
Probably both. Just depending on, just depending on if I feel like code switching. Listen, look,
in the comments, they heard it. They heard downward sparrow, brother.
Well, my reading and my English is a little bit off. I thought that on the screen was Gay Darnell when I first saw it. So I mean, I was like, who's Gay Darnell and why is he watching the show?
Well, I have to say, Mel, Chris called it earlier. Chris called it perfectly earlier. Mel has the best language and grammar for CC0 fans.
Man, listen.
Hey, look, I'm looking at my phone. I can't wait. Our last topic, we go kind of touch a little bit of football, a little bit. I think the game is already over with Shedeur and LeBron James just tweeted. Let me tell you what LeBron James just tweeted.
No, did he?
He tweeted, and I don't want to hear that it's only preseason BS, because if he was out there not going in, y'all would be on his ass about it. So give credit and grace, lames. Thanks, King James. Man, this dude threw 2 touchdowns. He got 113 quarterback rating. He was 11 for 18. I think he rushed for 122 yards. He was out there destroying.
122.
This the dude that said wasn't a good athlete. He was out there destroying, man. So shout out to Shedeur, man, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But
throw them wrist up for Shedeur, man. Throw them wrist up, man. Shout out to Shedeur.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, put him up there, man. For sure.
So y'all not gonna throw the wrist up. Y'all don't fuck with Shedeur. I all 4 of y'all. On the
yeah, they're not. Yeah. So another thing that was out there. I mean, we'll move on from the contenders. I mean, because it ain't really no. I'm with Chris. I think OKC might be the biggest problem for OKC. So we'll see how they respond. Hopefully, they don't respond like the Celtics did and come out and just play around with the league and jack up 35 threes a game. But there's something else that came out. They said, let's rank the top 10 players in the West. And I want to see if y'all like this order. This is NBA.com, by the way.
I'm gonna go on a blind hell no.
One.
Oh my goodness.
No, thank you.
No. Shay is not one. Why? Hold on.
No,
take
thank
this
you.
Shit off the screen. Take this shit off the screen.
I'm over it.
I'm already upset.
They got AD at 6.
I'm over it.
I'm already
LeBron
upset.
at 9.
Already pissed off.
This is low hanging fruit to me.
Okay, well, you go first then.
Oh my God.
What is your biggest issue?
My biggest issue, I'm actually not surprised that Jokic is at the top. He averaged a triple-double, and if he didn't get MVP the previous season, I don't think Shea would have got it, respectfully. The only stat that he did better with in his category, and aside from his team being number 1 in the regular season, I think was steals. So it was kind of difficult to kind of match if we're looking at it from that perspective. But I have a problem with the AD. I have a problem with LeBron. AD only played in 51 games. I think he averaged like 24 points per game. I think it just frustrates me to see him on that list. Same with Kawhi. Kawhi was on PTO the whole season. That really pisses me off to see him on this list.
Say that one more time.
He was on PTO doing commercials.
Music videos.
I don't know. He was hella side quest, but he wasn't hooping. And so I think all these top 10 ranks is low hanging fruit. It's the same people that they want to kind of put out there who's kind of cycling out. They on their way out. No offense, but I'm just saying it frustrates me to see this list.
Hey, shout out to Gary Darnell just sent me an $8 cash app. Appreciate you in the cash app, homie.
Gary.
Well, he said the message say Gay Darnell.
Oh, he playing alone then. Fuck it. We all inclusive. Fuck it. Damn.
No, I want to know who Brianna would put in there if she takes LeBron and Kawhi out though. I'm gonna put it back up there for you,
Kawhi,
take your pick.
So Kawhi sitting at 8 and LeBron at 9.
I'm gonna put it up there for you.
Y'all gonna hate me when I get on this. Oh Lord, y'all gonna hate me. Everybody in the comments gonna call me crazy. I'm gonna shuffle this whole motherfucking list.
Who I'm taking out for Kawhi, LeBron, and Victor on there? These are people that, so this projected for next year. This whole list can get hurt. I think that's what frustrates me. They not holding it down for us when we want to show up and watch basketball. That's what I'm saying. Golly.
Well, first thing I'm doing is putting Shea number 1.
Facts.
For sure.
Facts. Shea is number 1. I'm never putting a not reigning MVP over a reigning MVP. That is just asinine. That's not fucking happening. Shea is number 1.
I'm gonna put Giannis on this list.
Yeah, no, Giannis was crazy.
That's probably who you could take LeBron out for and put Giannis at.
I'm gonna put Giannis on this list. I'm also gonna put Jalen Brunson on this list.
Wait, hold on.
Outside top 10, I feel like he's an underdog.
That's kind of a strong take.
Hold on. Is this only the West though? Or is this the whole?
It's only the West.
Oh, this is just the West.
You're right.
Oh.
So no Ja Morant?
It makes fuck no.
No,
I'm sorry.
Nah, he got to get his stuff together.
That was a little rude to Ja Morant. I apologize.
This is just the West. You're right though.
If this is just the West.
Yeah, it's just the West.
If this is just the West.
Kyrie hurt, right?
Hold the hell on.
I mean, if we put hurt players up there.
Hold on. If this is just the West, where the hell is Devin Booker?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's
the Suns though.
Yeah.
But look at his team. The Suns.
It don't look at him. Look at
him.
They calling them the Phoenix Buns.
They terrible.
But this is
probably top 15.
This is a player list. It's not a team list.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think he's top 10 in the West.
Hold on. So we penalizing Devin Booker for his team, but we not penalizing plain clothes Anthony Davis, plain clothes Kawhi Leonard. Let's be fucking for real. Devin Booker played more games than both of them.
He got a point.
I'm talking about from a team perspective. I wouldn't expect him to get.
But it's not a team list. It's an individual list.
It's an individual list, but I think the team that they play on still matters.
Does it?
You're not gonna, if you're
because AD don't even play on his team. He on that list. I'm a Maverick fan. I know he don't play.
When he came back, he actually contributed a lot.
Yeah, like 7-8 games right at the end of the season.
He had a double at halftime.
But the Kawhi is the same thing. If we're gonna go off of that,
agree. I don't disagree.
Oh
shit.
Damn. What is with y'all in this trash ass internet, man? God damn. Pay y'all bills.
Hey, Brianna got loud and the Wi-Fi just
kicked ass
hey, you're not used to this. This volume is different.
We whispering here.
So is this predicting next year? Or is this what happened last year? This list
predicting next year. This is their projections.
This is prediction for next year.
I wouldn't even say projections. They said that this is their top 10 in the West going into the season, not projecting what they think how they're going to play. They're just saying this is top
10. This is the top 10 going into next season.
When
There's
did
no
Kyrie get
way.
hurt?
I'm sorry.
Hurt right
sorry,
before.
I have to spaz. I have to spaz. There's
Go do
no
your
way.
thing.
There's no way you have Nikola Jokic. Cool, granted, what he does on offense, triple-double, savant, what the fuck ever. Cool. I'm not putting somebody who plays 50% of the game and is not the reigning MVP, the reigning scoring champ, the reigning champion, and the reigning finals MVP. I'm not putting him over the person that has all 5 of that. Plays 100% of the game, reigning MVP, reigning champion, reigning finals MVP. No, absolutely not. Second of all, the disrespect to Devin Booker is absolutely insane, because this is based off of individual skill, right? You're putting Nikola Jokic up over Shai Gilgeous. We know that Denver team finna be hot buns. We know that team finna be absolutely garbage, but you're putting Jokic over Shai. Just so we're not penalizing Jokic for his team. Why are we penalizing Devin Booker? Devin Booker is definitely a top 10 player in the West. I would put him over LeBron.
Chris, you said that they're gonna be hot buns, but according to the same group of people, they the next biggest threat to Oklahoma.
Who's the next biggest threat?
Yeah,
pull up that list again.
Jokic and the Nuggets are the next biggest threat.
That's what NBA.com said.
I want y'all to do me. I don't want y'all to do me a quick favor off the top of the dome. No Google, no ChatGPT. Name me somebody on that Denver Nuggets team right now that can shoot a 3.
Cam Johnson.
One person out of 15 by point and fucking.
You just looked at it. Looked at it, man.
There's one person on that team out of 15 players.
Hold on, Chris.
That can shoot a 3.
Chris, Cam Johnson's name is on the screen.
He beat the rules. I said Google or ChatGPT. He beat the rules. But
True.
even still, that's
Right,
one
facts.
person that can shoot a 3. You lost Bruce Brown. You lost KCP a season ago. You lose Michael Porter Jr. and Russell Westbrook this season. Jamal Murray is a question mark because we don't know what Jamal Murray we're going to get. Are we going to get Jamal Murray who's here or Jamal Murray who's hurt? We don't know what Jamal Murray we're going to get. So when Jokic does his bully ball, stuff, drive, back down, kick, who is he kicking to? Me, Mel, Corey, Dom, Brittany? That's who he's kicking to. I'm not worried about the Nuggets doing anything in the West at all. And this is no disrespect to your 3-point ability, but I'm just saying they got us as 3-point shooters right now in Denver. I'm not worried about it. Their recency bias. They think that Nikola Jokic is enough to carry a whole team to the promised land. Absolutely not. Second of all, again, back to the Devin Booker disrespect. If this is just based off of an individual player's talent, Devin Booker is a top 5 player in the West. The fact that you have a 45-year-old LeBron, I know that's an exaggeration for you LeBron fans in the comments. I know he's only like 42, but you got a 45-year-old LeBron who still has a handicapped game, can't shoot free throws, only can do chase down blocks once every 4 quarters, right?
Chris, how long this take?
As long as it need to be to get the point across, whoever needs to get the point across. Because this is insane. And then I understand.
I feel like this thing been going on since 6.
I understand Victor got hurt. But Victor, what we've seen from Victor, he's a better player than AD. He's a better player than LeBron currently. He shouldn't be number 10 on that list. He should be a little bit higher for me, respectively. But my major gripe, Shai should be number 1. Why is Shai not number 1? And why is Devin Booker not on the list? Let's discuss. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
For now.
Two more sips. He back on there, though.
This is my 4th one. I am feeling great.
I bet you is feeling great, man. I bet you is feeling great. Anybody got anything else on that top 10 list?
I think Chris ran it down for me.
It was
fucking terrible.
Nobody?
Chris was all right.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me was
all right, let's move to this
to be at
then.
the top.
Yeah, that's pretty much for me too. And freaking and I'm with Chris on Booker. Booker needs to be in there as well, for sure. Can't think of nobody else.
If Kyrie was healthy,
they didn't have James in there either, which is surprising.
Yeah, I think same thing with me, Corey.
Kyrie.
If Kyrie was healthy, he need to be in that list. But health is his
we,
issue.
we already know what it is with Kyrie. We know that the media is not going to give Kyrie the respect that he deserves because of thing, and I hate it so much, but because of what happens off the court, they impact that on the court. Us
Correct.
6 up here, well, us 5 plus Brianna, I hope she has the sense to understand that Kyrie is a savant with the basketball. Kyrie should be a top 75 player all time. Kyrie should be in the top 10 player conversation for the West, should be in the top 20 conversation for the league. We know what Kyrie is, right? Granted, we're not going to see him this year because of his ACL injury. Rest up to him, get well soon, speedy recovery. But the disrespect on Kyrie because of what happens off the court, which is nobody's business but his, honestly. But the disrespect has to stop because we know what this man is on the court. Who can guard him? Who?
Yeah.
Nobody.
So listen, as far as free agents go, I kind of wanted to approach it from a sense of the guys who haven't been signed yet that we would expect to be signed already. I think these guys could absolutely help teams. They're low key though. You know, these guys are low key. And what I want to do is throw the name out there. I want to challenge y'all to something. I'm gonna give you a name of a guy who hasn't been signed yet, and I want you to tell me where he could go and fit and help us a ball club right now. And these names are gonna be challenging. So, but I want to see who can give me the best fit for this guy.
Bronny.
Right.
Oh, he's not a free agent. My bad.
I'm gonna start with Chris. You going last because you talkative as hell tonight. I'm gonna go with Dom first. Dominique.
Stop hating.
And this is gonna be. I love the fact that I'm giving you this guy. Ben Simmons. Who should pick him up? Who could he help?
I think Ben Simmons could help
the YMCA.
Could help a variety of teams. No, I think he could go to the Knicks. I think he could go to the Mavs. I think that Ben Simmons should go to a team who he's going to be at the end of the bench. So that's where he belongs. So that's any team. So Ben Simmons can go to any team, be at the end of the bench, wear jewelry and clothing, not his basketball uniform, prepare for his Met Gala appearance. He's just not, he can go to any team. Doesn't matter. He's a non-factor. They're not going to fire him for whatever reason. He should just be cut and waived. He should not be on any team. He does not deserve the opportunity of playing in the NBA. He's a complete disgrace, but he can go to any team, be at the end of the bench.
All right, you play too much. All right, so since you're the first one to go right now, you're ranked number 1 on that tape. You're ranked number 1. All right, but I got a feeling you're not gonna stay number 1. Brittany.
Ben
Imani
Simmons?
Bates.
Oh no, I want Ben Simmons. Like, come on.
Too late.
God dang.
Imani Bates. Imani
He did that
Bates.
shit on purpose.
Right.
I know this man.
I wanted Ben Simmons. Imani Bates.
I bet you did.
What school did Imani Bates come from?
He came from 2 schools. He played for
He was in the G
Penny
League for a
Hardaway.
little bit, right?
Yeah, with Cleveland, and was lighting it up. He's the Shedeur Sanders of the NBA.
Is he a guard or a forward? I can't remember.
All right, well, I got to give Chris Imani Bates then because you're not familiar with this game.
I
Chris,
can't
Imani
remember.
Bates.
I can't remember
you
right
said
now.
I want who you was gonna give me last. Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Matter of fact,
Imani
give-
Bates.
I don't know. Give Brianna Imani Bates.
Brianna. Imani Bates. Where should he go? Who could he help?
Was he on Cleveland? Where
Yes,
he
he
at?
was. Nobody's familiar with Imani Bates.
I know him. I just can't remember his
That's the problem with the NBA, and that's the problem with the NBA. This kid should absolutely be on the roster. This kid should absolutely be on.
He's
I'ma
not on
throw
a
Imani
roster
Bates
because
out.
of Ronnie James. You should have gave me Imani Bates. Ronnie James is
All right, what you take Imani Bates then?
Imani Bates could go to Houston. He can go to Atlanta.
Small forward.
Atlanta is a good one. Atlanta is a good one.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, anything that gives Kevin Durant a little bit of relief in scoring. If he goes out injured, you know, he likes to get those little MCLs during the season. So another small forward on the team for Houston that can't hurt, you know, just to give him a little bit of a break in his older age and the alopecia and all of that.
Watch him off. Watch him off.
But, you know, and the ashiness and
watch him off.
the following of other who's he gonna follow?
Watch your ball.
Yeah.
Watch your ball. I was letting you rock. I was letting you rock.
He's gonna follow Ime Udoka. He's gonna wind up in hotels with a bunch of girls.
I was letting you rock,
Not
Dom.
Ime. That's hilarious.
You started getting out of pocket. You started getting. I was letting you rock, Dom.
It's just he can't help it. It's that all that beta energy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Moving on. Brittany, next person. God damn.
All right, Brittany. I'm going to Brianna. Al Horford.
All love, Dom. All love.
Oh, I honestly was surprised when I saw him on the free agency and then that the Celtics did not re-sign him. I was pleasantly I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like this might be his last year.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, big man. Let's send Al to
back to Boston.
Oh, let's send him to the Pelicans. Because we got Zion Williams. You feel me? Zion might, we don't know what could happen with Zion. Let's get in there, calm him down with Poole. I think the Pelicans are low-key sleepers this year. If you look at their whole roster, it's pretty tough. I put them on the Pelicans. Rock out.
Okay.
They might need a center.
Chris.
What's up? Talk to me.
Who need a point guard that can play two guard, small forward, and power forward? It's a defensive stopper and a heck of an athlete. And I'm talking about Gary Payton Jr.
Gary Payton Jr.
Should be easy, Chris.
No, because the cop-out answer I think you want from me is Houston.
No, I don't think it's a cop-out. You lost Dylan Brooks. You have an easier person to tolerate and to manage.
So I'm gonna say this. With the loss of Dennis Schroeder and Malik Beasley, send his ass to Detroit. Backing up Kay Cunningham.
Ooh.
I like that. Jaden Ivey coming back too.
But Jaden Ivey will be more in the starting lineup as a 2.
Yeah.
But then you can take Cade out, or you can take Jade out early and bring in Gary Payton, and he could slide 1
he
through 4.
gets them to the ECF.
Gary Payton, I don't think it's just one person that gets Detroit to the conference finals, but I think Gary Payton will bring that kind of gritty Detroit defense that JB Bickerstaff is instilling in that young team. I think he's young enough to still, kind of resonate with the young guys, but been in long enough to understand the vet role. And like Mel said, he's a scrappy defensive guy. I think he just fits right in with what JB Bickerstaff is building up there in Detroit. And you bring him as the first or second man off the bench. Like I said, you can take Jade, because Jaden Ivey will, like Brandon said, Jaden Ivey will be coming back, but you're not going to want to play him starter minutes all the way immediately. So you take him out early and bring in Gary Payton alongside Kay Cunningham as to the start of that second unit with Detroit. I think that does wonders for that team.
I love that answer, but I do think that Gary.
And shout out to Fancy in the comment section, man. I appreciate you.
I like him in Dallas.
Shut up. Of course you do.
I'm
But
serious.
he should be champion though.
Need
Chris.
somebody to hold down the fort too.
Champion. So why would we put him to a team that probably isn't gonna go they're probably a first or a second round knockout again.
And Gary Payton is going to be expendable as soon as Kyrie comes back. So,
but just put him on a team.
You can put him other places.
Title.
You could put him other places. You don't have to run.
Yeah.
Plus, he can do the same things you're talking about. He can. Kyrie doesn't have to come back to play starter minutes right away.
What about Orlando? I mean, Orlando. They just got they known to have a whole bunch of people in the same roles.
True.
Yeah. Corey, this one's for you. Bo.
Ooh. Because Sun's taking advantage of them again.
I fuck with Bo heavy too.
Yes, they should have played him more, man. It's very frustrated.
Very. And you can't say Dallas. Fuck that.
No, because Dallas got 2 big men. They don't need no more.
Well, 1.5 big men.
True. Put him in LA.
Which one?
Fair, Chris.
Which LA?
You get to
That's
pick
not bad. The
Detroit.
Lakers.
No, Gary Payton Jr. makes sense in Detroit. Bol does not make sense in Dallas.
Okay, but you gotta
He
let
said
Corey have his
LA,
pick.
yeah.
You get to pick.
You right. You right. Party
forever.
foul on me. My bad.
That's not bad because you got Jackson Hayes. Who else? And then
telling
DeAndre.
you.
Who else is there? That's
Put
not
him in
bad.
LA.
Which LA? LA or
The Lakers.
LA. The Lakers? Okay.
Yeah. Give him a big man.
Or even put him in Atlanta because they just lost Clint.
I like
hold
that
on,
better,
hold on.
Brianna, because JJ Redick is probably going to have an excuse not to play him.
It's very true.
Bobo's more of a 4 or 5, though.
You know they're
Very
going
true.
to the centers that
Point,
like
Corey, right city,
4 or
wrong
5.
team. I think he'd be
He
really
could go
good
to
backing up
to the
Zubac.
Clippers. To the Clippers.
With the
I think
Clippers,
he'd be really
they already
good
got
backing up Zubac.
John. But they got John, Zubac.
John
Zubac
who,
been a
Collins?
center. Last
John
year,
Collins?
John Collins is on the Clippers now.
John Collins would be the
Zubac held
4.
it down. Zubac held it down last year being the only 5. So I like that, but how would he play alongside James?
I don't
You
know
gonna hit him
because
with the pick and roll?
But you just said it right there. Zubac held it down being the only 5. That's not a winning formula.
They need a backup center.
They need a backup center.
true.
And John Collins is not, unless you want to play small ball, which is not conducive to winning basketball, right? We're seeing the resurgence of the centers,
Small
right?
ball with John? I
But
feel
it's
like
all
with
about
Utah.
because what we're seeing team like OKC, they got better in the offseason. They gained even more and they had depth, and that's what helped them win the title.
And OKC was definitely running the dual big man situation.
They for real. And look at the Pacers. It was their depth that got them as far as it did.
That's not a bad choice.
And actually, the Pacers would honestly be a good landing spot with the loss of Miles Turner as well.
That's not a bad choice at all.
What about the Spurs?
Back them up.
No.
Spurs could add anything, and that's actually really good, Brittany, because think about it.
Bobo's not a starter anymore. At least the league don't see him that way.
No, he's not going to be the starting 5 for sure.
The Spurs don't really have. They can use some depth in the starting 5 role. I mean, in the 5 role, because Wembanyama is not. He's not a big man. He's not a real center.
Yeah. Well,
I have a little pushback about that as far as him not being a real center, because defensively he does hold it down like a center. He was second in defensive player of the year voting. So
just like we always say, Chris, that defense is part of the game and it's not just about offense. Offense is about the game too, and he does not offensively play like a center. So to me, he's not. You're gonna need a backup center, is what I'm saying. You're gonna need Brittany saying to send Bobo to the Spurs is not bad idea. That's all I'm saying from a depth perspective, because you can have somebody that can do something for you in the paint, that can, get in there, because you need interior play. You need interior.
But I also think like his perimeter play, so it's not too much of a drop off as far as they don't have to change up the offense too much after Victor goes and sits on the bench.
They play the same exact way. They do the same exact thing. They both need to go down low more often, but they both stick around the perimeter like they some type of 3.
Bobo is the one that we can tell to get your butt down there. We're not going to be able to tell Yana to do that. I think they'll be able to tell Bobo to do that. Hey, if you're going to come to the team, this is going to be a role. This is what we're going to need you to do.
But Bobo also has a little bit of
Bobo's body is more is less durable than Wemby's. So Wemby he has the type of frame that he could put some muscle on. Bobo, he got his dad's frame. There's nothing he can do. He's never going to get that.
Bobo looked like he's going to break, but so does Wembanyama, and he already had some weird blood illness or something, or heart something happened last season. Does anybody remember?
Blood clot in the shoulder.
I don't think that's necessarily conducive to just his body frame, because LaMarcus Aldridge also had a blood clot, and LaMarcus Aldridge's pause was a thicker center as well. So it's not really to say that that's like.
Well, he had a blood clot in his heart.
Does Wemby have issues with his feet? Because they always talking about how he had to do certain exercises with his feet.
He landed.
Bobo has issues with his feet. Bobo broke his foot in college, and he's had some issues with injuries while he's been in the league. But look, I want to get off Bobo because I want to ask y'all the last thing about the NBA before we move to Kevin Durant. And that is Jonathan Kaminga and the situation he got going on in Golden State.
Man, free that man.
Free
Free Jonathan
man,
Kaminga, man.
hey, free that man. Free that man till it's backwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so
So
funny how everyone says that Golden State Warriors is such a great organization.
Right.
I just think any of these organizations at will can treat players just like this. Any one of them.
absolutely. Absolutely. So right now they can't come into an agreement on the contract. They're both playing hardball, and Golden State, their perspective is number one, we're not gonna use you like that anyway. And whatever someone signs you for, we've already cheapened you by not playing you. So you're not getting what you think you're worth out on the open market. And then whatever they give you, we can match it. Right. And then once we match it, you got to come back and we're going to end up trading you at the deadline anyway. We're not letting you go without getting something for you. So they're playing a dirty game. And my question is, do you think Kaminga could be like one of these dudes? I'm not saying to this level, but we seen T-Mac play behind Vince Carter in Toronto, and we not know that he could actually go the way he could go. And he showed and proved himself in Orlando. Same thing with Harden and OKC. And more recently, Jalen Brunson with Dallas going to New York. Do y'all think Jonathan Kaminga got that type of ability to where he can go to a team and be a number one or a number two at least and be very productive? Or do you think Golden State is right to treat him like he's street Pontaine?
I think it's a mix of in between. I don't think that Kaminga is a number one. I think he has the potential to be a fringe number two. But right now, then again, we've only seen what Golden State has allowed us to see, right? But in the times where somebody was injured, Kaminga was playing a lot of minutes, and we got to see what he could do. Yes, it was.
You didn't see the playoffs?
No, yeah, it was like Kaminga was, but I don't think that's number one material. What
team could he go to and be a number one?
Portland.
Right now, if he goes to Memphis right now, he's helping
Sacramento.
John out a lot.
Sacramento. He could be a number one in Sacramento.
That's cool. Right alongside Zach LaVine, DeMar. They need another guy like that.
Zach and DeMar are both on the
downslope.
The downside, right? They're coming out of their prime, right?
Zach LaVine?
For sure.
Oh, no, I think he got a little left in him. I'm being biased though.
You might have a downside of the prime doesn't mean they don't have anything left in the tank. It's just they're coming down the other side of that mountain, right? But I think you send John, and then honestly, they all three of them play the same position. To be honest with you, so somebody's gonna have to take a back seat. But I think if you were to let Jonathan Kaminga let the offense run through him in Sacramento, I think you could see him be a successful one there. But that's just because Sacramento is also now dumpster juice.
I think the Warriors shot themselves in the foot not investing into their future. And Kaminga could have been a part of that.
Agreed.
And so now I'm concerned for them.
I mean, yeah. Kaminga's still 22, so he still has.
I think he's a little older than that. He's been in for a minute. Not a minute, but like
he like 22. He like 22.
You want to bet on that?
Sure. Let's bet. All right, bet. How old is he?
I'm looking it up. I can't type right now. I'm kind of fucked up.
All right. In the meantime, so what he plays at what? I would like to see him with my Sixers and develop with.
That's not bad.
And develop with. Thank you. I take my $5.
Text me your cash app.
And develop with Maxey and VJ Edgecombe and those guys. I would love to see him because I like his game. He could play defense. He could score, and he gives all out effort. And I think that's a team he can really do something with. Like Paul George, he's not going to be playing that much. So it's just like push him to the side. And B, we don't know what's going to happen with him. Sounds like he's not going to be playing that much. So it's really time for the young guys to come up. I think he will be perfect for the Sixers.
I like that.
Oh, you're such a homer. Shut up.
No, it's not. I'm serious. Like they need another perimeter wing two-way type of player, and I think he would fit
You got
that
Paul
mold.
George?
Hmm?
You got Paul
Podcast
George?
P? You don't want Podcast P no more?
He's not even playing. He hurt. He got hurt before the season even started. Yo.
Hey, K's. It's not pink. Matter of fact, hey, if y'all want me to tell y'all what the drink is, man, drop ones in the chat. I'll let y'all know what the drink is. It's not pink
Chris
Moscato.
Chris really think he be putting some drinks together. I'm like,
Hey,
dude,
if
there's
y'all
no
want to
reason
know,
for you
if y'all
to
want to
do
know, I'm four down. Oh, the coast is still on it. I'm four down. If y'all want to know what the drink is, put ones in the chat, man. And it's not pink Moscato. Okay.
And whoever keeps calling from this Maryland number when we don't have the phone lines open, you've called 6 times and I sent you the voicemail 6 times. Please read the room, sir, or ma'am, whoever it is calling.
So
Shout out to Maryland though.
I don't know what the Warriors is Kaminga a restricted free agent or no?
I think
restricted.
Is he restricted?
Yeah.
So what are they asking for?
So Kaminga
I think he's asking
denying.
for. I think he's asking for something close to $30 million a year, and Golden State want to give him, I think, $20 million a year.
Yeah.
They like $10 million off.
So
they the richest in the league too.
Kaminga has been declining. Kaminga and his side have consistently been declining. It's either a 43 or 45 million over 2 years.
For 2 years. Right. So they
that's
trying to
why
get
he's
him
been
about
declining.
21. They trying to get him about 20 to 21 a year. But the money ain't even the biggest issue. The issue with the contract that Golden State was offering him was that they was giving him a team option for the second year. Basically, what they was doing was telling them, yeah, we about to sign you and we about to trade you.
That's too much.
That's basically what they're telling them. Yeah.
That's too much.
Corey, I know what you laughing at, Corey.
That's don't put that up there. That's too much. Do not put that up there.
I feel like for the Warriors,
he did a super chat.
Don't put that up
you gotta
there.
read it.
You gotta read it. No.
Mel, don't do that.
No.
Did I miss something?
Don't put that.
It's a super chat. You gonna give him the $2 back?
That's inappropriate as hell. Don't do that.
No, do not do that.
Don't do that.
Sir, LS, that's not a compliment, brother, but we appreciate
if you
admiring.
rephrase it to a more respectful manner.
Yeah, he's admiring you, Brianna. That's all.
Yeah,
I gotta look at the chats.
Yeah.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it.
He is, but
come
on,
Jonathan,
nah.
Golden State is handled well. Okay, so we know what Golden State is because they mishandled this. Golden State is being ran by Draymond Green. I'm just 100%.
Yeah. No, he got that clout though. Like he be getting like a lot of it now. He got that clout in the league.
Ever since he signed with Clutch has been running the show, honestly. And they've been doing it by puppeteering through Draymond Green. But we've seen it when Draymond Green punched a teammate, then the teammate gets sent out. Right? So we know what this is. And I feel like for some reason Draymond thinks that, he could be a number one here. He could be a number one anywhere, right? Any threat to that has to be eliminated. So knowing that, Jonathan Kaminga, if the game was allowed to run through him, then Draymond Green would have to take yet another back seat because Draymond Green has never been anything more than a third option. Steph has always been the one. When Klay was there, Klay was the 2, right? When KD was there, KD was the 1A, 1B. Klay was the 2. Draymond was still the 3, right? Yeah. When Iggy was there, Iggy was a higher selection of option before. So
and now Jimmy there.
And now Jimmy, thank you. And Jimmy is there. So Jimmy is the number 2. So Draymond has never been more than a third option, but Draymond feels like I can be the one, right? And
it ain't about where he is as an option. It's about where his role would be at. And anybody who's playing a position that will put him on the bench more is a threat to him. And Kaminga's a forward. And if you commit to Kaminga, then that means Draymond has got to play less on the floor. And it's going to look like what it looked like when they won against Boston in the finals when Draymond was unplayable. And they played Moses Moody and Otto Porter Jr. over Draymond. And that's what helped them beat Boston. Draymond was unplayable in that series. Unplayable. So if Golden State was really trying to win, they would understand they have to invest less in Draymond, and he wouldn't have got a max contract. He would have got a lot less, and they would have gave it to the future, like Brianna said. They would have went to Kaminga. But they paid Butler and Draymond the money that they should have paid Poole and Kaminga.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're playing with Kaminga. They just need to let Kaminga go.
They do.
I see talent. I see talent. I see talent and potential in Kaminga, and he needs to go to a team where he could get that shine.
Shit,
yes, he's only 22.
Right, and it's not going to be in Golden State.
I'm gonna keep it.
Hold on, Chris, and Brittany. Think about this. He's only 22.
Right.
We've seen both Thompson twins, Amin and Asura, both come in and with no jump shot, be able to be effective because they got big bodies and they can get to the hole and they play defense. The jump shot is going to come, but they're playing. Their team is moving forward with the future, and they're playing them and letting them make mistakes and learn on the fly. Steve Kerr won't let Kaminga learn on the fly. If he makes a mistake, he's coming out. Right, because they want to play vets like Draymond and Butler. I get it, but dang, let that dude go. He's like, if you're not gonna let him get on the court and play through his weaknesses and you just not investing in him at all. I hate how Steve Kerr does that, man. I hate how he looks at his philosophy. I hate what he did to Tatum in the Olympics. I mean, I just don't understand Steve Kerr sometimes, man. I don't.
Mel, you gonna F with me after this one. Send his ass to Charlotte.
Nigga, that's not my team. Why would I be
No. I'm not saying that as you that's saying that that's your team. I'm saying that like, first off, we know that
that ain't doing nothing for me. How's that gonna help me?
Man, listen.
I'm tired of y'all trying to tell me I'm a
No,
fan of
it's not about you being a Charlotte fan, which we know you are, but you don't want to admit it. It's not about that. It's the fact that Charlotte needs something to hold LaMelo there, right?
Yeah.
You add Jonathan Kaminga to that offense, and you let Jonathan Kaminga be a starter. You got
they too crowded at the four.
No,
they got Bridges and Brandon Miller.
Right, that's not going
crowd.
But I think even if
starting lineup right here, LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Jonathan Kaminga, Miles Bridges, and they still got Robert Williams. Robert Williams at center. Whoever they
traded off
Kaminga's agent wouldn't like that.
Right. But that is a tall, lanky team that can defend and can score at every position. Why wouldn't that not be an incredible starting five situation?
Nah,
they just got Colin Sexton. I think Colin Sexton's there too.
They did get Colin Sexton. Yeah,
that's kind of like the same thing as Kaminga almost.
Let me address this comment from Donald Simmons. He said Kerr held him accountable for not working on his game, period. Kerr told him what to work on, and he didn't. That's not true. Any issue with any player in that Golden State system is they want you to play like Draymond. If you get the rebound, if you're Draymond, if you're Kaminga, if you're Kevon Looney, when you get the rebound, your number one option is to find Steph because they love to get the three off of offensive rebound. The big men can't get rebounds and go back up with it. That's why they didn't like Wiseman. And Wiseman was a great fit for Golden State and had a very good rookie year. They want people to play and think like Draymond Green and just get the ball. I mean, they had Wiggins playing power forward. They had Gary Payton Jr. playing power forward. They had Kaminga playing power forward. Like, this is a horrible system for anybody not named Steph or Draymond. It just is.
I agree with you because when they had Trace Jackson Davis last season, you saw they used him a lot towards the end, middle end. And in the beginning of this season, they used him and then they stopped using him like he wasn't a valuable big man. And it was because they were trying to still hold on to the system that they have. You're right. It didn't work. Doesn't work for these players. They're not 3-point shooters.
It don't. And look, and this dude will play Popminski or Quentin Post, who was a rookie, a 7-footer that shoot threes.
Yeah.
He was playing them over Kaminga?
Yes, you're right.
Steve Kerr also didn't like Kaminga. So and
Yeah,
it's rooted in how he wanted to play. Obviously, I agree with you 1,000,000%, Mel. Wiseman was a great fit for the Warriors, but Steve Kerr and the coaching staff, and I'm just going to say the organization in general, has fumbled their big men in the last, I want to say 6 seasons or so. They have not played big men properly on their team since they won the titles with Kevin Durant. And I don't even think actually before that, when they put Iguodala on LeBron. They don't utilize their big men.
Well, speaking of Kevin, let's move. Speaking of Kevin Durant, and I'm glad you brought him in. And shoot. Kevin Durant, I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but Kevin Durant is about to, let's see who he's about to pass. Kevin Durant is about to pass
Wilt.
Ooh, Wilt. So when the season starts, I think Kevin Durant, how many points a season he scoring? About 2,000? He's probably scoring a little bit over 2,000 a season, right? Somebody looked it up. I think he's scoring about 25. Maybe just above 2,000, maybe close to 25,000. I mean 2,500. But if that's the case,
what are you looking at?
How many points he scored a season?
Like 24, 25?
Okay,
No.
so let's say 24. So if he scored 2,400 again this season, he's going to pass Wilt and Dirk, and possibly pass Michael Jordan to being at number 5. Right, that's very possible for Kevin Durant. Right. Then if he play another season, he's going to pass Kobe for sure. So he's going to be in the top 4. And if he played as long as LeBron played, he probably could pass Karl Malone and Kareem. Right. So that's interesting. And I want to ask y'all, what would it look like for Kevin Durant, and what does it mean for his legacy if by the time he retires, he's number 2 in scoring all time?
It means he's the GOAT, Mel, because if he didn't take 2 or 3 seasons off, he would have surpassed LeBron James. So he must be the GOAT. Who's the GOAT today?
Well,
I mean,
if he ends up second all time, you can thank LeBron for it not meaning shit. Second all time is cool, but at this point, it's just gonna be a longevity game, and then the next person's gonna come and be like, "Well, I can do this if I play 25 years," and then that person's gonna beat the record, and then it's gonna be like, "Oh, I can do this if I play 27 years," and this is gonna be a never ending. So I think,
I have a question for you, Chris. I don't mean to interrupt you, but do you think that LeBron's stats are impressive without longevity? And do you think that Kevin Durant's stats are impressive without longevity? If you can answer that for both of them.
I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments for this. I'm going to get a lot of hate. I don't think LeBron's stats are impressive because of longevity. Granted, LeBron has played.
No. You're answering. You misunderstand. So do you think that LeBron's stats are impressive without longevity? Do you think that his stats would be like just his stat resume? Do you think it would be just as impressive without a 20-year career? And same question for Kevin Durant.
Would you mean his all-time stats?
So basically what I'm saying is that LeBron James' stats are not impressive without longevity. And so I'm asking if Chris feels that way. Like, are his stats?
No, and I was going to get into that.
Season to season, you know what I mean?
I was going to get into that, and that's why I said I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments. But for me, because we see what LeBron's game is predicated off of, it's a lot of bum rush ball. It's a lot of drive and bull rush to the hoop, and you did that for 23 years. Whereas we know KD to be arguably one of the greatest scorers to ever play the game. He got his traditionally, genuinely. We watched it. He doesn't have a defect at the free throw line. He is a true 3-level scorer. And he's, about to pass Wilt in only his 17th season. You get what I'm saying? So and 23 seasons of bum rush ball versus 17 seasons of 3-level scorer. I'm gonna take the 3-level scorer every time. And it's not having to do with anything because I like Kevin Durant. It's just a simple fact that we know what LeBron's game is and we know what Kevin Durant's game is. And you can ask any media circle and any pundit, any podcaster, any sportscaster, whatever. The conversation is always Kevin Durant, arguably one of the greatest scorers, definitely top 5 in all-time NBA history. But
people said that LeBron James was the GOAT because he passed Kareem in scoring. So is Kevin Durant effectively the GOAT because he would have passed LeBron James had he not had the Achilles, had he not had, injuries that in his career that took him out for multiple seasons?
If we run by that logic, sure, but
no, you got to do it. You got to actually do it.
No, for sure, and that logic only works for the person.
I mean, for it to count, you got to actually do it, and how you did it is what makes it impressive or not impressive, right? You get what I'm saying? So, getting 42,000 points in a career, and like you're still here, and it ain't like you playing for championships no more. You're playing for stats. That waters all of that down. Like you're actually playing for these stats. I'm not impressed by it. Like you're supposed to be retired. You get what I'm saying? So this is not telling me that you want our best scores or our top 3 scores or top 5 scores. What it's telling me is that you were able to keep your body in great shape for a long time. That's what it tells me for LeBron.
Millions of dollars.
Multiple media outlets have said that LeBron's overall brilliance, his longevity, and his statistical dominance is what make him the GOAT. And I'm just arguing that statistical dominance and longevity are the same for LeBron. Those two things should not be counted differently. It's the same thing. He only has statistical dominance in longevity. He does not dominate season. He's never dominated season.
Yeah, it's a longevity stat for him. But back to the Kevin Durant piece of it though. Somebody tell me, what does it mean for him?
I mean, if you look at his up this season right now, I think not only you seen Kevin Durant, he obviously wants to win championships. He's left a team where he got all the individual accolades in the world, like OKC, and he made his way over to Golden State. And he's obviously, to me, chasing chips. So I feel like this individual accolade will probably add to leverage on a conversation about whether or not he's great or not. But I think him playing on this Rockets team is going to open the door for him to hit that, and then also maybe get that GOAT conversation when he gets this chip, because I think this Rocket team is going to make that possible for him. And he's going to hit number 2 on this Rocket team.
Yeah, I think if he stay healthy and play 5 more, and look, listen, Brittany, do you think this the reason why LeBron won't retire? Because he looked at the list and said, "Shoot, if I retire now, Kevin Durant is going to end up getting number 1."
Nah, I think LeBron. I think he's still somehow trying to chase Kobe and MJ. I don't think he'll get there though. I think his sole focus is trying to get above Kobe and MJ. Whatever, I don't know. But no, I like that. I do agree with you on the Rockets. I think that can increase his like, because that's such a young team, and for him to help lead that team to a ring, to me, that's next level. I think as far as the scoring title, to me, KD is one of the most talented players that we ever seen. And I think to me, that cemented his legacy in the game. And on top of that, he has the rings, right? He has 2 of them. Does he want more? Absolutely. Will he get more? We don't know. So if he gets another one, that will increase it. But I think getting a scoring title or top 5, it'll help. But I don't think that it'll give us the full picture on how great of a player that he really was. To me, you have to watch him. I don't put so much emphasis in stats. Like, stats irritate me. And I think it's because of how they look at stats nowadays. Like, stats is the end all be all for a lot of people, which includes, that's why LeBron's greatness has been pushed up. That's why Jokic's greatness has been pushed up, to me, way above than where it should be. But KD, his talent speaks for itself. And that's to me, how you should see it.
Yeah, I agree. Final thoughts, Score.
I think it just solidifies the simple fact that he is probably the greatest scorer that we've ever seen. That's simple as that. That's what it does. That's the only thing that it does for his legacy. Now, if he wins a ring, right? It's cool. But all it really does is just solidify, like, yeah, he probably was the greatest scorer we've ever seen.
What a nice mic drop, Corey.
Mel, can you do me a favor real quick before we dab out of here? Can you put the list back up again, please?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
NBA and ABA together on the left, and NBA only on the right.
Barring injury, he could be top 3 in 3 seasons.
Correct. In 2 seasons. No, you're right. 3 seasons.
He could be top 3 in 3 seasons.
Correct.
I think if he passes Karl Malone to get 3rd, I think that just tells you everything you need to know.
I agree.
Because you know, for so long, Kareem's number was deemed untouchable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that only because of a longevity thing is why that record has fallen. But once you get into a certain stratosphere of, you know, 36,000 career points, I just think that's just different air. So if you can be top 3 all time, that is everything. That is everybody who's ever played, and you made top 3. When you're top 3 in anything, that is a very huge achievement. And to be top 3 in scoring, like Corey said, it just solidifies you as probably being the greatest scorer that ever was.
I only disagree with that though, guys, because when you take a look at that list, the stats should actually match what we see with our eyes, right? So I'm with Brittany on stats are really irritating, because do you really believe that Dirk Nowitzki is the 6th best scorer that you've ever seen because of that number, 31K?
No, it's longevity.
To me, I love watching Dirk.
I believe Dirk over LeBron.
Yeah,
listen,
like Dirk
the only person that don't match on that list is LeBron. Yeah,
I'm just saying,
LeBron is the only person that don't match.
As a panel, we don't believe that LeBron matches, so it's tough for us to, I think, equate stats all the time to what we see when it comes to these all-time lists. That's why stats are irritating to me for an all-time list.
I don't
But
disagree.
y'all see the gap. Y'all see the gap in between Kobe and Karl. It's about 3,000 points. So like, once you get, that's why I say like once he gets to, if he passes Karl, like it's to take over number 3. Anything after that is just extracurricular, because top 3 would tell you, you know, we know how Kareem got his. We know how LeBron got his. When KD gets to that number 3 spot, out of those top 3, KD is the best scorer of all 3 of those. In my opinion.
Fun fact about Kobe.
That I ever saw.
Yeah, fun fact about Kobe. I think he only really cared about passing Mike, because once he passed Mike, he shut it down after that, retired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he didn't care about getting top 3 and getting Karl, or he didn't care about the number 1 spot getting Kareem. He just wanted to pass Mike, right? Which also the reason why he wore number 24, because that was 1 up from Mike. Mike was his Mike. He seen Mike as the pantheon and as the top dog. Everything was geared toward Mike. You know what I mean? So that was Kobe. Now, also you got to look at the fact his first 3 years he didn't get the minutes because of Daryl Harris, and he can get like Jordan and Kobe, they can get 3,000 points in the season, right? So that 3,000 that separates him and Karl Malone is the season he missed for the Achilles and the 2 seasons that he sat on the bench because of Daryl Harris. That's 3 seasons of points that he wasn't able to get. So
true.
I think that's fascinating. Very fascinating. All right, so we're gonna move to the last topic, y'all. Sorry for keeping y'all so long. We're going to WNBA real quick. And before we get to what Candace Parker said, I know there's a lot been going on with Dildo Gate, and they got somebody arrested for it and all that good stuff. And it's a good thing they got him though, Chris, because his next trick that he was going to do at the next game, they caught it. You know, he was trying to get a dildo in. He had just got it in the mail.
Damn.
And
Lee.
They got him just in time, man. They got him just in time, man. So they got a suspect and all that good stuff, man. So we shouldn't be seeing no more lime green. They call them greeny winnies. We shouldn't see no more greeny winnies on the thing. But in all seriousness, y'all, Candace Parker has a podcast with Aaliyah Boston, And I like how she checked her because Aaliyah Boston was trying to casually just, think the All-Star game was just a cakewalk. And Candace Parker had to let her know, man, y'all wasted a whole bunch of freaking opportunity, man. This what she said about to her.
So I think it was one of the best All-Star games I won't say All-Star games because the game, I'm going to be honest with you, Leah, it was awful. But
what do you mean? The
actual game? Are you kidding me? What you mean? What do I mean?
The vibes were high.
Leah, y'all, and hey, listen, I'm going to tell you, you don't have to say anything. So I'm going to preface, I'm going to be your vet. Don't say anything. But y'all cannot come out there with those shirts of pay us what you owe us. Or pay us what you owe us. And then do that in the All-Star game.
Here's the thing, though.
Here's the opportunity. No,
here's the thing. No. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna come back.
We come out every single night, and we show why we deserve the money we deserve. An All-Star game where when we have another game in 2 days, I think that is okay to just go out there and hoop and have some fun. Because on Tuesday, we were back at it and we were playing and we were showing once again why we deserve to get paid. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
It wasn't the fact that you're doing something to prove why you have to be paid. I think it was just an opportunity to me on one of the biggest stages with those shirts being worn. Everyone always talks about how the NBA does not play in All-Star games. But guess what? They come down, they do windmills. They do stuff like that, right? Women, I understand that it is challenging. You all were added 4 to 5 games more this season without compensation, which is unfair. But I think on one of the biggest stages with people tuned in an All-Star setting that was invested in more than any other All-Star game previously, without Caitlin Clark, right? She was not playing. I think it was an opportunity to really go out there, and it was an added opportunity. It's not going to subtract anything, but I think the narrative on Monday would have been, well, how come the guys don't play an All-Star game? How come these ladies come out there and they hoop and they understand their responsibility? Like, I just think that it would have really maximized the moment of wearing the shirt along with giving the product. Because I tried to watch the All-Star game, I'll be honest. But after one slow Euro step and people pulling up for I was like, I can't, I'm a fan of the WNBA and I can't watch this. So I just think that, no, you all didn't have to, but I think it was an opportunity that you could have built on, like, more momentum, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, but live, laugh, and love.
All right, Brittany, Brianna, Dominique. It's a women's league, so y'all go first. Me, Corey, and Chris, we going last. Y'all thoughts on the All-Star game in general, and what side are you on when it comes to Aaliyah Boston saying this is the only time we get a break? It's okay for us to go out there and dog it. And Candace Parker saying, y'all had an opportunity. Y'all put on these freaking shirts and went out there and did not put on the show. So y'all didn't show that y'all deserved that money. All right. So thoughts on both of it, the All-Star game in general, and then what their contrast or comparison was on their take on it.
I agree and I disagree at the same time. As a baller, I don't care what level I'm on. I'm gonna go out and play my heart out. Like, it's like, if I see a defender or an opponent across from me, I'm gonna play you hard. I don't care the situation, but that's just my competitive mindset, right? I'm like that when I'm doing fitness boot camps. I want to be the fastest down the field, the fastest back, even though in my older age, I'm getting slower. I'm gonna be mad when I lose. Like, that's just me as a competitor. But I think that, so I am with Candace Parker on the fact that they should have went out and they should have played like they were supposed to, because we've said it about the NBA and wherever. We want to see competition in these games. Like, if not, just get rid of it and just give these players a week off or a couple of days off, because at that point it's just pointless. But it's still ball at the same time, so give your heart out. But as far as the t-shirts, I don't care. They've already proven that they should get paid more. Like, they've already proven that, and we know they should get paid more. I don't think that hurt them from just my opinion. I don't think them not going out there and one game hurt them or giving effort hurt them. They still deserve that money. That like they've shown that, you know, throughout the season. The season is competitive. They play both sides of the ball. For the most part, they give their hearts out. From what I can see from the games that I can watch, they play hard. So I disagree with that. That shouldn't hurt them whatsoever, and they still deserve the money. But on the other side, you want ball up, like this, for real. This thing, if Diana Taurasi was out there, Maya Moore and all them, and they deserve money back in those days, they not gonna let that. They gonna play hard. They gonna come out here and like, I want to win this game. So I don't know if they're gonna compete. I don't know if it's just a generation thing where as the younger generations are like, I don't feel like playing today. I'm not sure, but I'm used to, I want to go out and ball, but they still deserve that money regardless of the fact.
Why y'all being so polite? Go. I'm not gonna call on you.
Well, I was gonna. Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely feel what Brittany was saying. I think I'm more on Candace Parker's side for sure, and I think the most frustrating take that Aaliyah said was "live, laugh, love." That's what she said in response to Candace, and I almost wanted to like reach through the screen and shake her and say like, "What are you saying?" Because I think people forget, and I think even these ladies sometimes forget in the league that their organization is only 28 years old. It was created in 96. It started in 97. And 28 years in versus the NBA versus the Euro leagues that have been around for 50 plus years, generating a revenue that can pay their players. I'm not saying that these ladies don't like deserve more. They just added more games, 44 more games. I just think that they are part of that expansion right now. They just got a 13th team added. They got 2 more added next year. By 2029, it's going to be like 18 teams, 19 teams. So they're part of a crucial turning point in viewership, in deals, in like passion that has already been the work that's already been put in and then laid down the foundation that was put in for these NBA players to kind of show up now all these years later and have no passion in their sport. I think women could trailblaze and show that they don't have to follow in the NBA's footsteps to make more money. In fact, they should be focusing on basketball, keeping it on basketball. I understand like showing off the outfits and walking the red carpet and being a woman, like that all adds to, I guess, the experience of the WNBA. But if they take on that mindset of this is just an all-star game and we was just vibing, like it's still your job. You still got to show up. And I think one of the things Candace said was this was one of the first time they ever spent that much money on an all-star game. Hearing that in her voice to be where she was at in the level and she paved the way and made basketball fun to watch. She would have loved to play on that stage. And I think from her perspective, it probably was really frustrating to watch them just out there live, laugh, love, vibing. The messages are starting to contradict. And that's what I think puts women in trouble sometimes. I know myself, I be contradicting, but I just think they need to go hard right now. This is the time to lock in. It's like starting a business. They're still in the early stages of their business. $250 mil to invest into a franchise for the WNBA. These women need to lock in and stay locked in for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't think Aaliyah's class is going to have any let up. She's probably going to have to run so all the girls behind her can walk as young as she thinks she is. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down. And so that's my thoughts on it. And I'm rocking with that old head traditional mentality. And I think Candace was right in everything she said. I didn't disagree with a single thing she said.
Okay. All right. Dominique.
I don't know if that's the same episode that I saw. But as far as that sound is concerned, I'm with Brianne. I don't disagree with anything that she said. And I just to add to her point, I think, quite frankly, and just like I criticize the men very harshly, I'm going to criticize Aaliyah Boston very harshly. I think her playing for Dawn Staley and making comments like that is a complete disgrace. And when you put on a shirt that's saying "Pay us what you owe," or "Pay us whatever it said. What did it say? Did it say "Pay us"?
It's right there. It's right there on the bottom left.
Pay us what you owe us.
Pay us what you owe us. I mean, I think also the messaging on the shirt was wrong because I don't know that they're owed anything, but they should be getting more money. So, you weren't paid X amount of dollars in the past, that doesn't necessarily mean you're owed. But Candace Parker's main point of like, this was a missed opportunity. You were supposed to get out there when you're fighting for something. They should never give, honestly, the men that are paying them that don't believe that they deserve the pay, because they're just a subsidy of the NBA. So the NBA has been mismanaging these women for the entire 28 years, just like they mismanaged the first 40 years of the NBA's business. So when you have the same people mismanaging one league and then they're, in charge of another league that they've been mismanaging for so long, you've got it. You're fighting. You don't take this as a moment to rest on your laurels. And so old head mentality or no, I mean, get out there and be on your job every single day, be ready to compete. And I just thought it was very LeBron James-ish of her to say that they need a break. What do you need a fucking break for? You're working. Right. You don't need a break when you're on the clock. Mel, do you get to have break? I mean, you probably do, but I'm just saying people who work hourly and have a job every single day, they don't get to take extra breaks other than their lunch hour. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really tired of this attitude from men, from women, and I have to call it out in the WNBA. Where do you even get the privilege from, Aaliyah Boston? Because you don't have any. But she's one of the more paid players. So she is actually coming from a place of privilege. And I thought it was very irresponsible of her because she's got endorsement deals that a lot of these other women don't have, that are literally making under the livable wage for their rookie contract and a variety of other things. So I thought that was absolutely disgusting and tone deaf of her to make those comments. And I don't think she had the intention. I don't think her intention was bad, but the impact is.
I'll say this. They played more competitive, unrivaled than that WNBA All-Star game.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure
It's
did.
a disgrace. You're out here asking for more money and you're going to sit there and say you don't need to play. Oh, we don't need to do this. We're going to get out there on Tuesday. Well, what about today, tomorrow, yesterday? It's just like even in my job. It's not just good enough for me to win the month. I want to win the year. I want to win the week. I want to win the day. I want to win the quarter. It's every day.
It's about the leadership. Notice when Diana Taurasi was in the All-Star game last year, that wasn't a thought process.
Nope.
All-Star game last year was lit. This year they came out and said
it was good last year.
Yeah, this year they came out and put a daggone logo 3 that was worth 4 points. And I think they shot about 40 of them. I don't know why they kept shooting. I mean, they were hitting backboard. It was horrible.
For Caitlin Clark, and she didn't even show up to help them.
Thank you, Don. I was just about to say that.
She tried to coach.
So check this out.
She was drawing up plays.
So
y'all down by 30.
It would have been cool because she kind of told the answer to the whole riddle or everything that we're talking about in her rebuttal to Candace Parker. At the end, she said, "Live, laugh, and love." Right?
Yeah.
For the All-Star game. So why didn't you wear that T-shirt during the All-Star game and then you said we go to work right every day, pay us what you owe us during the regular season? They should have just switched the damn shirts.
And then the front office is gonna say back to them, "Well, live, laugh, love."
Yeah.
And yeah, Shedeur actually did look good tonight.
He did look good.
He looked great. Played 9 drives too. But so my thing about this, man, this is just business 101, right? Revenue dictates the cap room dictates the contracts, right? When you're playing with a deficit,
true, Chris, the NBA lost money for 40 years though. So we can't use the revenue. They continue to make more money every single year. So
but they got to the point where they were in the black though eventually, right? It took a minute.
They weren't making 76,000 for like 20 years. They continued to make more money every year, Chris.
but they were still
They
they
were
still had
losing
to come
money for
back
40 years though, and continued to make more money. So that's like I'm sorry, I got to interrupt you on that revenue point.
But it still makes sense because how
Where's the parity? That's the point. That's why they're saying pay us what you owe, because there's things like inflation and there's costs of operating a business, and the WNBA is not paying the cost to operate the business, but they want to operate it.
So
That's
okay, Dominic,
hold on, but let me
hold on,
Corey. Hold on, Corey. Let me ask, and everybody on the panel can answer. When did everybody in media, everybody regardless, when did everybody start talking about the WNBA? And then when did the WNBA actually start?
I mean, that's the kind of
97.
Yeah, that question is kind of a trick bag, because when it started, it was a lot of talk and there was a lot of ratings on TV for those first 2 or 3 years.
Different network. So like, again, that's where the mismanagement comes into play, Chris. And so you want to talk about revenues, but when someone makes a pointed decision to take those revenues away, I mean,
and so mismanagement is definitely involved, because first off, who the fuck is watching Ion? That's one of the channels
or
that the
Monumental
WNBA on.
Network. Yeah.
Who is watching Ion? So yeah, mismanagement is part of it, right? But I feel like the t-shirts, if the t-shirts would have just said pay us, that'd have been cool. But
not
pay us
that
what you
4-point
owe
shot.
us,
Not with that game.
owe us is kind of crazy.
I don't like the t-shirts, but if you, like Candace said, if you go wear it,
perform
and draw awareness to yourself, show us what you're talking about, because it might have been people watching that All-Star game that didn't watch not one WNBA game all season, and this is the first time they get to see them, and they went out there and dogged it while wearing these freaking t-shirts to draw all that attention.
And this was an opportunity for them to play really well, especially given the fact that CC0 was not on the court.
Yeah.
Let's
And
show
if you should
people
take
that this is an
advantage of that.
enjoyable sport and game, even without her. It's not just about her. They had the unique opportunity to show up and show out, and they didn't. They shit the bed.
Even more important than that, though, like it's almost like if you went somewhere to like a baking competition and you want to go to the ultimate baking competition and you work your ass off to get to this ultimate baking competition, then you go up there and lay an egg. Like, it makes no sense. You had a opportunity in front of a humongous audience to put on a real performance that maybe that is their first WNBA game that they've watched. And you have a chance to gain thousands and thousands of other fans just by performing in that All-Star game. And you decided to go out and do that.
Pretty much. I think that's it. Oh, go ahead.
I do want to point out, like, when I was looking at the ticket sales, it was like $27 to go to this All-Star game.
You got to get them in the seats.
And I just feel like they have the right idea. They have the right idea of things, but
I ain't going to Indiana.
They're just going about everything the wrong
Forget
way.
that crap.
They got the cool airport though. Yeah,
that's about it.
Wait, hold on. Where was
the OGs are leaving the OGs are leaving the league, and the leadership is, I mean, it's not the OGs no more, man. Like, I'm telling you, that, like, the mindset of All-Star Weekend changed in 1 year. Last year was totally different, man. But that's the last part I'll say about that. Hey, that's all the topics except this last football topic. If y'all got 10 minutes, if not, it's cool. Who don't have the 10 minutes?
I got all the time in the world, brother.
It's football.
Yeah,
I know you.
I probably going to drive. I don't know nothing.
No, you don't drop.
I'll be here for the vibes.
Yeah,
I've lived, laugh, love, y'all.
It's a perfect
well, it's not. Hold on. Let's go with it. It's not a real football topic. Dominique, it's not a real football topic, right? It is.
Tonight, Mel.
What?
I said this is an opportunity for Mel to have his 4 squares.
Stop it. Listen, real quick. There was an incident that happened. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback, retired NFL quarterback, went back to coach his high school alma mater. And
won a state championship.
They suspended him. They won a championship in the first year. The second year, he got suspended because he got kids that live in inner city America in the hood, and he was paying for Ubers for them to get home so they didn't have to walk. Yep. And when they found out about it, they suspended him indefinitely. And
he was doing. Now listen, he was doing a little bit more than that. He was getting them Ubers.
Let's hear what they said on the news.
Gotcha.
Bridgewater is an absolute legend here at Northwestern Senior High School. In his first year as coach of the Bulls, he brings home a state title. So what's the problem? Well, according to his own admission, he spent thousands of his own dollars helping his players in one way or another, and that's against the rules.
When Teddy Bridgewater came back to coach his alma mater, he said he did it to give back to his community.
The joy that I get from just arriving here every day is it can't be matched.
The school suspended Bridgewater because he had spent thousands of dollars, his own money, on Uber rides, meals, and other benefits for his players, all prohibited by the Florida High School Athletic Association. There's another issue at play, though. The fact that Bridgewater coached the team, but never went through the background check process, which is mandatory for everyone dealing with kids in the district. And he admits it, saying, I never signed a contract to become a coach or a head coach at Miami Northwestern. It's not about me coaching. It's not about the snakes in the building or any adult. It's simply about the kids.
Honestly, I think everyone knows that I'm just a cheerful guy, a cheerful giver as well. And I'm a protector. I'm a father first before anything. And when I decided to coach, those players became my sons. And I want to make sure that I just protect them in the best way that I can. And I think that's what came about. My Northwestern's in a tough neighborhood, and sometimes things can happen when kids are walking home and different things like that. So I just try to protect them, give them, a ride home instead of having to take those dangerous walks. But I just want people to continue to see me for the person that I've been, from the time I arrived in the NFL, from the time that I arrived at University of Louisville. Just a humble guy who has a big heart and a cheerful giver.
Corey, is this unfair to Teddy Bridgewater?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's blatantly obvious. So obviously they've never seen anybody in the state of Texas play football. Coaches do that shit all the time.
Every day.
Listen, they'll move a kid from across the state to come and play. They'll buy a house for his parents to come and watch him play. I mean, for them to come play for their high school.
Or have him with the coach.
This dude was doing nothing but spending his own money to keep his players safe, to keep them fed, because he was also buying like food for not the vending machines, but the grant, like what I'm talking about, the vendors, like he bought nachos, hot dogs, all of that stuff, so the people at the game have an opportunity to get food. This dude was doing this out of his own pocket, right? And for some reason, because he came in and literally won a state championship, and probably one of the hardest states in the United States to win a state championship in high school football, he comes in to win his first year. He's got to be something, you know what I mean? And the fact that he was taking an inner city school and giving them, some luxuries that they're not afforded to every year. You understand what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden it's a problem, and that's crazy. And he told them, like, look, if this is an issue, right, I'll just step down, because for one, he was a volunteer coach. He didn't sign a contract with the school district, right? He was there just coaching the football team. That's all he's doing. And he's using his own money to afford his teammates some of the stuff that the other schools get. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, there is nothing wrong with that at all. And you have to show me in the rule book where it says a coach can't buy you a sandwich if you're hungry. That's some crazy shit.
It's a lot of sandwiches, though. They say he spent thousands of dollars.
You gotta buy. If you buy one, you gotta buy them all, right?
Arby's.
It must be Arby's. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man.
Dominic, are rules? I mean, should he have found another way to funnel that money? Because people use boosters and stuff like that for that. They shouldn't come directly from the coach. Was he just untactful about it? He wasn't tactful enough. Like, he directly giving them money for Ubers and lunch and what, hey, your mama look nice, man. Give her this $1,500. Man, I don't know. What was he doing? How that is in Florida.
He was spending the school funds.
He's a millionaire. He's quarterback for over 10 years, so he's got millions. He went back to his old high school to coach and help that community.
So here's the thing, right? And Nikki Barnes said this, a rule ain't a rule if it ain't a jewel, and right? But so is everyone being held accountable to that rule? So as long as the school was consistent in the suspension, then I'm fine with the decision. So if your policy is that you are not to give anyone anything over $25 in cash, that's most companies' policies. You were supposed to provide like maybe a gift card. So what he could have done is bought a bunch of Starbucks gift cards in the amount of $25 and passed it out. So he didn't follow the policy. And, you know, oftentimes people who are millionaires believe that they're above following the policy and or above the everyday inconveniences that everybody else has. And so that's where I lean towards, you know, as long as they were consistent in their policy and procedure, I have no issue. Likely they were not. Is the coach black?
Yes.
It's hell.
Yeah. So, you know, are there other millionaire coaches that were on the team doing these things? So that's what I would need to know. Were they consistent when other coaches gave money and things like that? How did those coaches disperse the money? What did the investigation look like? So that's
okay.
what
So here we go. So Dom, this is the story in a nutshell.
So yeah, but like I'm curious to know like all those kinds of facts though, because you know when you fire a black coach, there's all of those things to me at play: policy and procedure, consistency in decision making.
It's not that deep though. It's really not. And the simple fact is that he coached an inner city school that they broke as hell. They don't have a booster club. Booster club feeds kids on Thursday nights before the game on Friday. Feed them a bunch of pasta and stuff, get them a bunch of carbs. These kids never had that. All he did was provided this for them.
But it is that deep though, Corey. When you work for a school, when you work for any company or any institution, especially when you're talking about an institution that's government ran, there's policy and procedure. And if you don't follow it, no matter what your intention was, the intention doesn't always match the impact. So he could have intended to do a variety of things. And some kids might complain about favoritism if all the kids didn't get it.
All the kids got it. Every single last one of them.
At that school.
So here's
correct. So if there's policy and procedure so like in New York, for instance, we have PAL. That policy and procedure is going to apply to all the schools that are involved in the PAL.
Okay, so if I don't have a booster club that can feed my kids, so then that means no school in Florida can have it, right? Because it's got to be equal, correct?
No, you're supposed to feed your kids. So
okay, these parents, these people at this school cannot afford that. We talking about some kids that live in the hood,
which is true. All of that, just like there are programs and systems, Corey. So like if all I'm saying is if he did not follow those things and violated the policies, I don't have a problem with the decision making.
Hold on. So
Brittany got a unique perspective, y'all. Brittany she works in the school system. What was I supposed to say that? I'm sorry. Well, Brittany got a unique perspective.
Sure was not, but it's all right. No,
psych.
You got that's a squeaky wheel.
No, I'm like, I think his heart was in the right place, right? I really think his heart was in the right place. What I'm saying is not necessarily what he did wrong by he thought his generosity would do well in the community, and it really did, to be honest with you. But I'm also with Dom as well. There are certain policies and procedures that you have to abide by, especially when it comes to schools, right? And there's other urban schools in that same district, right? So your kids got it, but the other kids get it, and they communicate with one another. I'm with you, Corey, but there's always ways to get around to get around those policies and procedures. He just had to go through the right channels. You could do that. You could do that for your hold on. You could do that for your kids. Just go through the right channels. There's always ways to get through that.
Like, all he needed to do is just create.
So we're talking. So remember, he said it in his.
But wait a minute, Corey. Hold on. He didn't even get a background check. That's number one. Get your background check. You're dealing with kids.
Understood, right?
And that's regardless of what you look like.
So what we're talking about, Brittany and Dominique, is we're talking about a school employee, correct? Like if you are a school employee, if you are hired by the school district, you have to follow these rules, right?
Right.
I didn't know.
He was a volunteer coach.
And that's
volunteers still have to get background checks. You're dealing with kids. Kids are different.
Understood.
You still gotta follow, because if something happens, then who's responsible for that now?
Okay, so let's say they go through the background check, right? Boom, he passes the background check because It's Teddy Bridgewater. We know
It's
who
Teddy
he is.
Bridgewater. Yeah.
It's Teddy Bridgewater, right? Here's my thing about this. You go to Texas, you go to Cali, you go to other schools in Florida. There are so many of these big schools that are non-private, because private school is different. You can be anywhere you can be anywhere you want, but you want to go to this school, you can pay to go there. That's cool. Public school, you have to be in a certain area to be allowed to be at that school.
Depends on if it's public or charter. Yes.
But for the most part, a lot of these big old public schools with these big old powerhouse teams and these, these $1 million stadiums like Texas and California got a lot. I guarantee you, a lot of them kids don't live in the area that's supposed to be for that school. That's illegal. You can't, you're supposed to live where you live. But a lot of these coaches, hold on. I see you loading up, Brittany. Let me cook. A lot of these coaches, a lot of these principals and people in these schools and stuff like that, in order to win, because winning is what brings in more money and winning is what keeps funding these big old schools, they will house these children. That is illegal. You can't do that. These are paid coaches. These are paid coaches by the school or by the school district or whatever how it's set up. Those are paid workers of the school. Teddy Bridgewater was a volunteer. Now, had this been Teddy Bridgewater was getting paid by the school and he was somehow funneling the school money, I could see that being the problem. Teddy was not receiving a single dime and was spending his own money. So first off, you are now you're not a technical payroll school employee. You are a volunteer football coach.
Brittany, he's a volunteer football coach that's representing that school. You're representing that school.
Okay.
If it's a camp, if it's a camp that he created and it's off school grounds, by all means, do what you want to do, right? You could do what you want to do, but you are on school grounds representing that school. Those kids belong to that football program that belongs to that school. You have to then abide and by those rules. Unfortunately, yes, I'm with you. There's a lot of illegal stuff that goes on, whether we see it as them just being good people and doing the right thing, and I'm with you with that, but there's still policies in place that you have to follow. And volunteers I'm gonna say this again, volunteers with kids still have to get background checks.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this. As much as we're talking about Teddy Bridgewater at the high school level, why were we not talking about Brett Favre this much at the college level?
Who said we wasn't talking about it this much?
No, nobody was.
I'm
we
sorry.
heard. Hold on. We heard.
I'm not nobody.
We heard the news about Brett Favre, and he was in the news for about 2.5 days before that shit went quiet.
Everybody was talking about that
because Teddy Bridgewater is who he is. Now we're he's suspended indefinitely, and this and the third. And the thing about it is this is a personal thing for me. My thing about it is so many of these underprivileged communities, right? They get these athletes that make it out and make something of themselves, and they complain and they cry that these athletes that leave don't come back and do nothing for the community. So first off, I want to talk to whoever decided to snitch, because Teddy Bridgewater decided to come back.
Somebody decided to say something.
Teddy Bridgewater who made it. Teddy Bridgewater made it, came back and was funneling his own money to support. And y'all won a state championship. Like Corey said, do you know how hard? Let alone it was a state championship, let alone in the state of Florida. Do you know how hard it is to win a state championship in a powerhouse state like that? In your first year of being there?
Chris, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I'm saying Teddy Bridgewater, to avoid all this, because unfortunately, yes, you do have people who are jealous and who are this and who are that and will snitch. It's just unfortunate that those coaches and stuff that you're talking about, they haven't got snitched on.
Okay,
My high school growing up, they did the same thing that those schools y'all were talking about by grabbing kids from other neighborhoods. Guess what happened? Eventually somebody got tired because they kept winning, and they snitched on them and they got punished for it. Look, I understand his heart is great, but there's always ways to get around the rules there's ways to go through the proper channels of getting around those rules. He could have did the same thing, just go through the right channels.
Let me ask you another question, right? As a football coach, right? Anybody in that authoritative position, right? You are now in charge and of care of those young men under you, correct? Is it not in my job description to make sure that those young men are okay?
Through the policy and procedure, Chris.
But let me ask you.
Hold on. I disagree.
Wait.
Hold on. I disagree because if the policy and procedure,
that's why he got fired.
If the policy and procedure is not providing a safe way home for these kids, then I'm going to do that.
But Chris, before you volunteered, let's start from the beginning. Before he volunteered, why couldn't he look back, checked out the full landscape of what's going on, the community that he's in before he even started the job, and put things in motion prior? So when he then becomes a volunteer head coach, now you're dealing with the team. You got things set up in place for these kids. It most likely would have got approved. Like they're not most school. Well, I ain't gonna say most because there's some red tape you got to jump through, unfortunately, based off what you look like, unfortunately. But a lot of school, you're going to have somebody there that's going to fight for you to get exactly what you want for these kids. And they're going to fight for these kids. So he could have set up things prior to him even starting this job.
Which way can you
allocate his privilege? Essentially,
which way can you beat the system quicker, outside of it or in it?
But quicker doesn't always mean you're going to get the success you want.
But also, did he even try to go through any channels? Did he try to get resources? Did he try to get resources from the administration? Because things like Uber rides and things like that can be covered, if you go through the proper channels. Okay, so you're traveling after 9 p.m. Those traveling after 9 p.m. should be getting this. Me, Teddy Bridgewater, I'm willing to fund this program. He didn't do any of that. And that's all that I'm trying to say. That's what Brittany's trying to say.
You don't know that, though.
But I will.
You don't know that.
I'm asking the question.
Brittany,
we don't know that.
I will put some accountability on the school as well, because he volunteered without a background check. Like, how do you allow that to happen? That shouldn't have slipped through the track.
How do you follow one policy but not other?
Right.
True.
Where they absolutely deserve some blame. Whoever that district is absolutely deserves some blame. Like, if I'm not saying, I don't know this man. I don't think Teddy Bridges would ever in his life do it. At least I hope and pray he wouldn't. But this could have been somebody who all of a sudden want to have fun with kids in an inappropriate way. Then what happens? But you allowed him to work and he hasn't had a background check, fingerprints, nothing. So they both, so the district absolutely deserves their part in this situation as well.
And if they're not treating all people the same,
right,
they need to be torched.
Right.
All right, good point, Shaw. I appreciate it, man. Well, hey, look, let's go end it, man. We right at 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours 37 minutes, man. I appreciate everybody. This is what I need everybody to do, though. We done dwindled down to about 200, little over 200 people here. The show is over. We're about to end it, but what I need y'all to do, man, this will be greatly appreciated. We had a guest on. She was awesome. She just started her podcast. She's not even 2 months old yet, right? So I need everybody. If I can get 200 of y'all right now to leave here and go straight to No Bull Podcast, and if you type that into YouTube, you'll find it, or you can go to my description box and click the link. If I can get all 220 y'all to go over there and give her a sub, that'd be really dope, man. So I appreciate y'all. Any last words for our guests? What's your thoughts? Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I had a blast. This was my first panel ever. It was nothing like I expected it to be, which makes that the best part. I really enjoyed it.
What did you expect, though?
I'm curious about this one.
That's a loaded question. It was better than what I expected, if that makes any sense. I enjoyed the perspective. Y'all opened up my mind.
Fair enough, man. All right, but
hold on. Before we end it, there were some ones in the chat. So I'm a man of my word. What I have been drinking on all night tonight is Blackberry Crown, red Kool-Aid, lemonade, and Sprite.
That shit looks like orange Vicks.
There you go. That is what I've been drinking on. I repeat it. Blackberry Crown. Blackberry Crown.
Why you got Dayquil over there?
Kool-Aid.
Come on now, Chris. Stop. Get off
I'm
Dayquil.
gonna mute you. I'm Blackberry Crown, red Kool-Aid, lemonade, and Sprite. Y'all enjoy it. And that's courtesy of ChatGPT. ChatGPT made this drink, y'all.
What you got that on for, man?
I almost forgot.
That's what I'm trying to figure
I almost
out.
forgot, man. Football season is almost here. Don't forget. I'm the 3-time defending champion in my fantasy football league, and I also am
Mel,
a
I will
champion
take
of
this.
a
I will
pick'em
take this
league.
jersey
Like,
off, Mel. I will
That's
take this
difficult.
jersey off.
hey,
What title is Mel
I will
defending?
take this jersey
I don't-
off, Mel.
Last time he won, Brianna, was 2022. Don't
Last
trip.
time he won,
Brianna.
Brianna, sorry.
Let's
My bad,
say
I'm sorry.
that's a
Can we
that's
just
a
call
damn
you
lie.
Bree?
My bad,
I won in
Brittany.
2024.
Can
I
we
won
just
in
say
20.
Bree?
No, I won in 2023.
I heard that,
2023.
Corey. Get you.
Yeah. Listen, Mel. I will take this jersey off. Don't make me do it. Put that belt down.
Well, look, listen.
I will.
Just in case y'all ain't never seen one of these before. You ever seen one of these, Brianna?
For like WWE.
Oh, we saw the belt.
Tell
on
us
Exactly.
what it is.
Randy Orton.
Cowboys got 5
Exactly.
rings too.
Well, I'm Randy Orton in my fantasy football league. Hey, appreciate y'all for joining the stream.
Are
and
you?
sticking with
Because
us
Randy
all the
Orton
way.
hasn't held a champion. Randy Orton hasn't held a championship in like 10 years.
I
You
have
sure you
never
want to use
been
Randy Orton?
man.
That's
You
what
sure
it's
you wanna use
exactly what
Randy
he
Orton?
is.
Sound like you need to be
Yeah. Go ahead and
Mel,
pick Randy
exactly
Orton.
what it is.
Mel.
I
Mel,
need a
sound like you.
championship
It
belt.
sound like you need to
have
be
you
a
ever held one of
Cowboys
these?
fan.
Mel is the Dallas Cowboys of the
Listen.
group right now.
Right.
Have you ever held one of these before, Corey? You got close, but I beat you.
Oh no, I
Corey.
won. Oh no, I won.
Hey, Corey. Hey,
I've
Corey.
won more recently than you have.
Hey, Corey.
You know
Hey,
what,
that's
Corey?
a
I'm
lie
gonna
and a
hit you
half.
on that one. He is
Mel,
60
Mel,
fan.
Bull crap.
Mel is that high school quarterback that didn't go to the league and stayed around town. Still
Mel-
living in that high
Well,
school
if I
glory.
didn't go to the league, then I'm my 3-time champion.
You were 3-time state champion, fool. That ain't even our
Yeah.
league.
That's
Good
GM.
job.
GM
That's a
vibes,
lie.
though.
You ain't
No,
that ain't
y'all
even,
just
that ain't
haters,
even
man.
our league.
That's crazy.
Y'all just haters, man.
You ain't like
Hey,
Daryl
but
Morey.
I'm the only one who got one of these though. Listen,
You know what?
listen,
Hey,
Because you
Brianna,
bought it,
listen,
fool.
isn't it weird that there's 6 of us
because
here
you
and there's
bought
only
it.
one person with this?
You bought
You're
it.
the one
There's
that
only
bought
one
bought
person
it?
with this?
Listen,
He
Mel.
ain't bought it.
No, this was given to me when I won.
Boy,
Listen,
stop.
I will respect
By who?
whatever belt you win when you win it with some hair.
So check this out. So just so everybody knows, every year that Mel won it, he was the commissioner of the league.
Facts.
That
And-
should tell you everything that you need to know.
Facts.
Oh, he clutching
know,
the
and-
lead.
Hey, that's
I
the black.
screenshot
clutch.
the
He
whatever
clutching the
print
lead.
listed at the beginning. I'm screenshotting, and then I'm checking it weekly.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, man.
Like,
Mel,
what's going-
Mel is the black Roger Goodell.
No, Mel is the LeBron James of that league.
Mel is the black Roger
that's
Goodell,
Brittany,
man.
you ain't even in the league, so how would you know, Brittany? Hey, look, it's just
He's
a lot
heard
of
enough.
hateration, and
He's
I heard enough.
Listen.
If you could
I
mix,
heard enough.
if you could mix Roger Goodell, Geppetto, and a black man, you'd have Mel.
Hold on. So
Yeah.
you're going to
Listen,
start
this
the
is
league
what this
and Brittany aren't there? Hold on. So you know what they did, Brittany? They made it so that we can't beat their ass again this season. Mel was dead
hold on.
fucking last.
Wait. Who's beat their
Lost
ass?
to-
Hold on. Who's
Who
beat
is
their
that?
ass?
We kicked the boys' ass last season.
Y'all didn't. Oh, wait. Hold on.
First of all, Dominique, don't make,
Hold on.
wait. I got this.
Revisionist
Dominique,
history. Hold on.
don't
I got
make
you, Mel.
me.
I got you, Mel. Hold on.
Don't hold on. Let me say this. Don't make me remind my belt what ass feel like, because I can put belt to ass right now.
Know what it
Again, this
feels
season.
like. You got it this season.
Dom. Let's revisionist history will not be tolerated.
I'm not.
Hold on. Jay, shout out to our main man Jay who couldn't make it tonight. Jay won the Pick'em League.
Okay.
I was number 2.
I beat
So
you.
hold on. So you didn't beat all the men.
Number 2's the first to lose.
You didn't beat all the men.
Corey has a whole football podcast, and I don't know anything about it. And I waxed his ass. Mel was at the dead, but he was at the bottom.
So say that. So say you beat Mel, Corey, and Eric, but
That's
you didn't
the
beat
point.
all the men. You didn't
Wait,
beat all
Dominique.
the men.
But hold on, Dominique.
beat
Dominique.
you.
But
Brittany
Dominique
did not beat me.
Dominique,
No, she
didn't you
didn't. I
admit?
was
Didn't you? Hold on, Chris. Dominique, didn't you admit that you used GPT
Oh,
for
yeah,
your
you
pick?
cheated. You
No, I
cheated.
didn't.
Yes, you did.
I just guessed.
No, because
I guess right.
Do not make me go find those text messages.
Don't get mad at me.
Do not make me go find those text messages. I will go.
Like a boo right now.
Dominique, do not make me go find those text messages.
Looking like a labubu talking about
Do not make me go find them text messages. I will dig them shits up like a Hillary Clinton email. Do not make me go find them text messages.
Hold on. Just make sure, Chris, that when you choose to leave this year, that it ends in the regular season.
I did. Y'all the ones that decided to fucking play this shit.
No. You created the league. The
Nobody
games are still
plays
going
playoff
through the playoffs.
Nobody plays playoff pick'em.
Nobody plays it, but you chose. Then you set it up. Then why was it doing the playoffs?
Nobody plays
why
playoff
didn't it go
pick'em.
from regular season? I didn't know.
I appreciate
We
your
talk
love,
about how
Sabrina. Thank
important
you.
the playoffs are. Now all of a sudden they're not important.
Nobody plays playoff pick'em. It's a regular season game.
All of a sudden, to prove your point, playoffs are not important.
You know
we
what?
talking
I'm
about
not gonna lie.
championships. You talking about regular season. Man,
That's
come
pulling
on.
to LeBron. That's crazy work.
Nah, Brittany just want an asterisk ring. That's all. She want a Disney ring. That's all.
It's
So
not
that's
enough.
I play a full safety.
Ain't nobody
season.
worried
That's
about
what I
that
do.
ugly ass belt, man.
Hey,
Put
man,
that shit
It
down.
is ugly.
Put that shit down, man.
Hey, hello, hold on. It's ugly because I didn't design it. I didn't design it.
What
I
does
Come
was
on,
in
man.
a different
What
league.
to say on
Okay.
that?
All right. Everybody, it was lovely
It's-
having
it's
y'all
a-
on
it's a
tonight.
different
You guys have a
podcast,
good man. Stop
That's
it.
part
Don't
of
you
our
dare,
family that I won that one.
Man,
Dominique.
Hey,
Beginner's luck. Good job.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to the moderators,
Me
and
out.
the
I just
members.
want to know. Did y'all leave us out of the Pick'em League?
No, I
No.
sent everybody an invite. I'm about to send it again because you know what? Black
Don't
people don't
play
know.
with me, Chris.
Black people don't know how to check their fucking emails. That's exactly what it is. That's all it is. Because every single one of you Negroes is. I go in there because I'm thinking everybody doesn't jump back in. I done made my picks for week 1. I go in there and to my surprise, ain't another black person in there.
You
Upsetting.
sent out an email and didn't tell us. Like how
I did. Whoa. Incorrect. I said I restarted the league and emails have been sent out. I can go find that text message and show you.
I didn't see any.
Find you something safe to do because I'm a good commissioner. I'm not Roger Goodell. I'm David Stern. Fuck you.
You don't want to be no
David Stern don't drink.
Right.
And on that note, I appreciated everybody. I had fun tonight, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man.
Go get y'all a ChatGPT drink, man.
I'll
Cheers.
probably go solo early in the week next week, and then y'all see us again on Friday for the full panel, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.